Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on? 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in sunny South Florida, where it's really highly humid today is what it is. I'm turning my fan on. I should say my little AC next to me. How's it going? Good morning, Guino. Good to see you. Thanks for being the first one in. Watch streak. Guino is currently on his 5th stream streak. Nice. You've been here 5 days in a row. Love it, brother. I can tell you are on your hibernation winter time for Guino. No work, so he's here. Rax, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Rax has joined the community of streamers. That is awesome. He was streaming Arc Raiders, which we're going to talk about a little bit in a little while. Oops, sorry. Forgot to write the Rax name after that. You know, I used to have a button for this, but let me go ahead and do that. Rax is streaming now. I like to see what else he's going to be streaming now that Arc Raiders is over, so we will see. Big time into horror, though. Love him. Love him. He's our big DM guy, too. He's our DM for our DnD players. By the way, we are going to be talking about DnD also. We're going to talk about bad characters in D&D, especially in the critical role area. Yes. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Just watch the D&D discuss amongst yourself type video posted. Okay. Cool. We're going to be talking about a video that I posted in a little bit, so save that for later. I got a couple of things here. What's my title? So yeah, my title says it all. Twitch fails, bad D&D players, Arc Raider Debriefing, and SCUM Let Me Down again. Imagine that. Yes. Yes, SCUM Let Me Down yet again. So we'll get to that. So hold on, let me take a sip of this coffee because I really need it. Quick intro first. I always like to start with kind of like a monologue, kind of let you know what's going on. So this morning I had to wake up early. I had to take my car, my daughter's car. We traded cars she traded cars with my wife. I shouldn't say with me because I would not give her my car. There's no way she's driving my car at school. But we traded cars with her. So she was driving her mom's car. She left hers here. We needed to take a look at a couple things. It kept saying the tires needed air or something, but they were fine. So there was some kind of issue going on. Not only that, one of her tires was really bald, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get you new tires. And I had to wait because one of the dealers nearby actually had a buy 2 tires, get 2 free. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's get all 4. So we're gonna do that. Oh, come on, Dad. Who are you trying to impress? College is hard. Nice. Exactly. So anyways, had to drop the car over there this morning, and also she's missing her lower front cover panel because she keeps, like, I don't know what the hell she's hitting, but it's ripped off several times. So once again, I had to replace that. So I dropped the car this morning at 7:30. I had to be there, so I had to be up like at 6:30 or so. Dropped the car off, expected to be there all day, but driving on the curb probably. But they realized there was a recall that they needed to do on the vehicle, something to do with the airbags, I guess, on one side, the sensor. So they went ahead and they're fixing that. So in the meantime, they gave me they said, well, you qualify for a free rental. So I'm like, yay, give me the rental. I get to go home. So I came back home. I was going to stream, but I was so tired still. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to rest a little bit, get a couple of things done, and then I will stream later. I need more coffee. So that's why I'm here. So that was my morning. You know what? My light isn't on. Let me see if I can get that on. There we go. That's better. Oof. I was in the dark there. The darkness. Okay, so anyhow, that was that. So hopefully we'll get the car back this afternoon. They said sometime about noon they'll be calling me, so I'll be back there in about an hour or so. I don't know. We'll see. So it won't be a long stream today. We're going to be doing some coffee chat, just chatting on coffee chat. We're going to talk about a couple of things that we see. I think we should start off with the topic on hand that has been going on this weekend. But first, we'll say good morning to Matrix. Good Matrix, good to see you, man. How you doing today? Let's see if I do this shout out right. Matrix is also a streamer. He does a lot of SCUM, Star Citizen, Subnautica. He did Arc Raiders and didn't like it, so he played Active Matter was his game that he's been promoting. So good for him. So let's see if we give him a shout out there. So he's also streams. He's big time SCUM player too. Very well known for his SCUM playing. So there we go. All right. Listen, you guys know me as the guy that used to play SCUM, rants about SCUM, does video about SCUM, as well as just the guy that plays random videos and not very well, video games and not very well all the time. I live and breathe on making fun of myself for how bad and forgetful I am on some games, but I have a great time with them. I've loved games since I was a little kid, obviously, and I have been Nordwolf since like 1997. So therefore, that is what I am. You know, I just have fun. I'm just here for the fun stuff. Okay, I'm here for the laughs. I'm here for the community. I'm just here to have a good time. But every so often, you'll hear me do a just chatting. You know, I'll do a coffee chat because I love to talk about things, especially things that are on my mind and things that I see. Now, this first story is going to be a little bit outside of the realm of most of you that follow me because you guys don't really keep up with Twitch drama. You guys are more into like the gaming part of it. You don't really care about the, you know, those known streamers that live in LA or Austin and have their little crews and stuff. You know, we know the popular ones. Everyone knows Asmongold, which some people in my crew here don't like him. We know, you know, Hassan, which they're having beef right now. We know there used to be a guy named Destiny. He's a weirdo. He's you know, he's got his issues, but hey, who's not a weirdo? We got Pokimane, we got freaking Moist Critical on here. Let's see. I'm trying to think of others that are involved in this. Ludwig, Cinderella, or Cutie Cinderella. There is, I'm trying to think of all the other names that come to mind. Amiru, which we'll be talking about. That's kind of the main one there. And everybody else in the OTK, you know, there's a bunch of other people there. And I can think of a couple of other streamers like Valkyrie, I think her name is. Really cute girl, actually. But those are streamers that are like have a huge following. They're known for their celebrity status on Twitch. Now, TwitchCon was kind of the place where the celebrity status Twitch streamers would go to for meet and greets, and people would go to TwitchCon. They were so excited to meet their streamers and like to rub elbows with the elite and so forth. But more and more throughout the years, people have been avoiding TwitchCon. They've really have stopped going to TwitchCon. They have kind of been like, it's not all it used to be. Let me make this window a little smaller. We're going to get to this in a moment, but this is way too big right now. Okay, so it's gotten to the point where it's been avoided. And the reason why a lot of streamers started, especially women streamers, but men too, stopped going was because there was a cringe factor that had to do with, safety concerns. People have been assaulted during TwitchCons, during the after parties, just during the events or around. There have been issues. There have been videos here and there where people have been either assaulted because of a fight, a confrontation, or because they've been sexually assaulted in some way or another. I mean, there have been so many different allegations that have come out from TwitchCons over the past couple of years that has been to the point where people have been like, yeah, if I don't have security, I should really not go. And then, of course, it's like, oh, Twitch has security. Not really. At least they're not. Like, somebody said it best. They said, Twitch's security is like Twitch's moderation, which is not good. And for years, I've talked about this before. I personally, had thought about leaving Twitch for a while there because I did not because my friends are here, but I did think of leaving because of the fact that I was seeing the degeneration of Twitch. Like, it was just getting to a point where what was expected to happen, what you were expected to see from sexual exploitation, was just bad. I mean, to the point that we had people that were, hey, listen, nothing wrong with people that used to take their clothes off for a living. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. It's not that big deal. Nobody's judging anybody. But there's something wrong with it when they come on a gaming platform to do that kind of same thing by wearing very skimpy bikinis, putting mirrors behind them while they're standing in a hot tub, bending over. It's like, it's all these things, that they're barely covering their assets. And you have teenagers here, people that are underage that are here to watch Twitch streamers. Like, there was a time where Ninja was a huge streamer. Remember Ninja? Well, he's still around. And he was a big Fortnite player. And you know what? He drew a lot of young audience there. And so that young audience was here on Twitch watching Ninja and some other ones. And then you have stuff that really is for a mature audience on here. And I've always said, at that point, that really should be behind a paywall, and it really should be behind another section called Twitch After Dark or something. And I remember having this conversation before, but we digress. Regardless, we've moved on from that, and we're like, you know what? It is what it is. People do what they do. We're not here to judge. We're not here to tell people what they can do, what they can't do, and what they can watch, and what they shouldn't be watching, whatever. That's their business. But what happens is that when you have that type of an atmosphere, you're going to have a certain type of clientele. You're going to have a certain type of people watching. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people on here. And listen, I'm the first one to say mental health is a problem in this country. We all know this. I mean, it goes from people with anxiety, people with depression, people with larger issues than that. And I myself have suffered with some of those things. But when it comes to people that have, let's say, parasocial relationships, I believe that is the question mark. People that feel like the streamer is talking to them. And when they feel that, oh, they're in a relationship with that streamer, especially when it's the girl streamers, but it can happen to guys too, that is an issue, and that is scary. And so unfortunately, this is the mentality that happens. So let me stop and backtrack for a second. A long time ago, I had this 20 years ago, I had this conversation in a psych class that I was in. I would say it was over 20 years ago. It was probably 25 years ago. And I had this conversation in a psych class as a theme for a paper that we had to do a discussion on. And it was about strip clubs and pornography. And what we were saying was that it was something that for the young mind was very detrimental and affected them a great deal. Why? Because it warped and changed the way that they saw other women. In other words, once they got addicted to that and once they were watching that, that's how they believed that other women should be also. Like, why doesn't, well, hey, I see this, this girl does it, why doesn't this one? And so they leave with that mentality. And this, I'm not talking about the matured brain of somebody that is educated, that has actually, understood that not everything is the same, or not everything you watch on TV is real, but there's people that get into things and kind of start feeling that, oh, this is the way it really is. This is the way it should be, whatever. And so then because they go to strip clubs or get into pornography, they start viewing women in a different way. Now, if you don't have sisters and you really don't have a good relationship with your mom, or you have no aunts, and you really don't care about women to begin with, when you have that kind of kind of thought of women, it's messed up, because you're going to have a hard time having a real solid relationship with a real woman that you love. Okay. Now, when you have sisters, you have daughters, you have, a mom that you have a relationship with, you have aunts and other female important figures in your life. Maybe your grandparents, grandma, maybe coworkers that you care about, whatever. Then when you see those things, that's when those things should matter, because you'll be like, wait a second. You start picturing, what if people start looking at the women in my life that way? That's not cool. And that's when the light goes off and you're like, something's wrong here. So let's go back to our conversation. Because of all that, when you have young minds that can be warped, or minds that are struggling with some kind of mental health, and they get exposed to a type of light pornography or light adult, sexual exploitation or something on a platform like Stream, and they start thinking they have this relationship with this person because they have a parasocial relationship issue there, this becomes a problem. And therefore, when you have these meet and greets, now you're going to have even more of a problem if those people happen to go to those at TwitchCon. So I'm not saying that the performers or the streamers that are on stream that are girls are doing something wrong and that they are at fault here. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that because of the fact that there is a possibility that other people can view what they're doing as wrong and make up their own minds of what they're seeing and what they think they're seeing, that's the problem. And therefore, Twitch needs to step up and be like, we need to moderate better, and we need to also make sure that security at our live functions like our TwitchCon are very well secured, and that streamers, especially the girls, not just the girls, but especially the girls, are protected, because there are some people out there that may have a warped sense of how they view stuff. So the reason I say it that way is because the person in question here, Emiru, which is a streamer, part of the OTK, part of the Austin group, with Asmon Gold and all those guys, all those people, because there's some girls there too. They call it sexually assaulted. I'm not sure if that's what it wasn't sexual assaulted. It was an assault, period. That's what they called it, an assault. So this was a case where the guy walked in and there was a line. She was doing a meet and greet. There's a video on it. I'm not going to show the videos because it's like it's just over and over. You guys will see them. But the guy walked, and it's actually on my Discord if you want to see it. Guy walks in, bypasses the line, bypasses security. Big tall guy. He's like 6 foot something. He walks in and walks straight up to her. She thinks it's a Twitch staff. She doesn't know who it is, because why would somebody be able to just walk up while she's with another meet and greet? So all of a sudden he leans down, he hugs her, he grabs onto her and hugs her, and then he proceeds to try to kiss her. And of course she screams and backs up, and thankfully her personal security was right there and pushed the guy out of the way. In fact, I think we should see this. Hold on a second. Let me bring this up. And push the guy out of the way. But no freaking Twitch person whatsoever was anywhere near there to actually do anything about this. So I'm going to go ahead and play this right above me here, and so you can see it. And actually, I'm going to put this on a big screen real quick so you can see this. So this is the video of what happened. There's Emiru right there. She's talking to a meet and greet. People are standing in line. You can see that there is a black bar here. This is like a black, one of those straps that they put so people stand behind. This is the line. Everybody's waiting. This guy just jumps in front of the line. You can see him. He's right here. This is him right there. And he's just want to walk over. He's a pretty tall guy, by the way. And it's not like he couldn't be seen. And there he goes. All right, so he clearly is like, whoa, what's the problem? Like, he doesn't understand. Why are they pushing him away? But the fact that he just got up to now here's the thing, guys. This is where it's scary. Okay, this is where we have to really consider this for a second. Let me go back to regular view here. Let's consider this for a second. This could easily have been something else. Like, what if he was going to hurt her? He got close enough. But, you know, thankfully he was just trying to make out with her because he's a weirdo. But the point that when he gets, I mean, thankfully her security was there. I am glad her security was there to stop it. And I'm glad somebody was videoing it. But I got to say, I think the security should have been a lot closer. I think the security should not have been behind that thing there. They should have been like right over here. And they should have been there to like immediately see this guy walking up. But they didn't see this guy because of the fact that they were behind or they were off on the side here. And it wasn't until they were in view or heard her scream, I realized, wait a second, that guy's not supposed to be there. And this is where they slowly came out of the view. Oh, so he wasn't behind that. He was standing right there. So I don't know, maybe he was talking to somebody else. But at any time, what I'm thinking is he should have seen him here. Like, where's that guy going? Wait, he's walking up to her. He's not wearing a Twitch. Who is he? Like, at that point right there, that should have been stopped. Okay, but regardless, at least her security did something. Twitch's security did nothing. So this is the big story right now that's going around. Let me read your comments first. Let me move on from here. I read the Twitch security close by were laughing, saying, whoops, we didn't see him. No, they were laughing. They were laughing, and then supposedly they were laughing, and then they went on to something else. So let me read a couple of comments, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. TwitchCon and every other con is a nightmare fuel for security. Yes, but you have to have security, and you have to have security that's paying attention. Especially, there was no security around her. There should have been somebody around her, especially for these meet and greets. Now they do, and by the way, the other thing that they do, I don't know if you know this, but they allow a +1. Now the people that are on Twitch that go to attend, attendees that buy Twitch, they're background checked. Like, these people that do the meet and greets are background checked. They know who they are. They know, where they're coming from. Obviously, they know their Twitch name. So they do some side of background checks before they do the meet and greet. But the +1 doesn't get checked. So that's a problem. That's problem number one. If he had a weapon, the headlines would have been way worse. Yeah, and that's the scary part. One of them should have been right behind her. Exactly. Somebody should have been right there with her. And there's nothing wrong with that. We see this all the time. We see this with celebrities. And by the way, that is her security that she paid for. Okay, that she had to pay for. And Guido, you brought this up in chat on Discord, and it is true. What about the streamers that don't have that type of money to pay for a freaking security? By the way, that security cost her like $10,000. Yeah, I wouldn't. Not that I'm not putting myself in this situation, but I'm saying I wouldn't be able to pay for somebody $10,000. I mean, I would be, but I'm not going to. I'll be like, damn, that's a lot of money. So yeah, to go to a convention, it's like, no, you know what? And they tell them that they have to do these meet and greets. That's like, I don't know if it's part of a contract or what, but they're almost forced to do these meet and greets. So why isn't better security offered? That's what's crazy. Let me read a couple of these and I'm going to continue. Convention center staff can't handle a threat of any significance between liabilities and lack of training. I don't believe that this was convention center staff. This was more Twitch staff. This was Twitch security brought in by Amazon and Twitch. I mean, we all know Amazon is behind Twitch, obviously. So yes, this was not just convention center stuff. And by the way, if there was convention center staff for security, that's even worse. I think less people would be using that place for a convention center. I don't think that was the case though. That nowhere, anywhere in there, in any of the stuff that I've read, did it say anything about it being convention center staff. It was Twitch staff, Twitch security. They could and should hire off-duty PD, but they won't spend that money. That's the problem. They don't spend the money, and they should. I've tried to hide. I work for $50 an hour though events, and some people won't pay that. It's true though. I mean, I don't think that's a joke, but there are people. There is definitely police department people that will work security, and there's a fee for that. But there's people that like don't want to pay that fee. We've seen. Listen, this is not the first. This is not the first convention or event that we've seen in the past couple of years that has suffered from lack of security. There's been plenty in the past. We're not going to go over each one, but yes, there have been issues. Please don't bring up a couple of recent ones. I don't really want to go down that route right now. That brings up a lot of other things. But yes, security has always been an issue, and sometimes it's like not wanting to spend the money is the problem. But guess what? People's safety is important, especially when you have people that you invite to be a representative for you. You should be taking care of them. I spent a good chunk of my early career working events. They paid the county, then the county paid me. Well, I wish they would have done that here. So here's the second problem to this. And by the way, I know this has been covered with other people, but I know my crew or my little group of people, you guys don't watch this stuff, so a lot of you don't even hear about this. But I want to make this aware because I'm going to come to a point after this. So here's what happened afterwards. So afterwards, and by the way, she did release a statement. She did go on live on stream and talk about everything and explain step by step really what happened after the fact. So this is all coming from watching that, not just things that I read. And I would play that, but I don't want to play somebody else's video. It's wrong. This I'll play because this is of somebody that recorded this and put it out there for everyone to see. So let me just break down from memory. I didn't write down notes. I know kind of what I wanted to say about this. So basically what happened was after the fact, nobody came to check on her. After the guy was pushed out of the way and after the guy walked away, because he walked away, nobody escorted him out. And if we need proof of that, let me just go right here. Afterwards, after he gets pushed out and the guy told you need to leave, he walks out on his own, okay? Nobody really escorts him out. He just walks out. Her manager, and then of course her security person, check on her to make sure she's okay. Guino, don't steal my thunder, young man. So when we get there, buddy. So when they walk him out and they go and check on her, nobody from Twitch came over. None of the security that was standing by came over. Nobody knew what the hell happened. Nothing was done. No one checked on her, that she's off to the side and something had just happened. So this guy is allowed to walk back into the rest of the convention for hours. Does not get kicked out. Hours later, like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, like I'm talking about later is when they said that they did something and then they were banning him. As Guino has already told us, they banned him from Twitch for 30 days. They banned him on the platform of Twitch for 30 days. What the hell does that have to do with anything? And that was issue number one. Issue number two was that after this guy did this, no one approached him and no one told him to leave and no one, did anything. Nada. It's completely wrong. And that's where it's like, what the is going on? So it wasn't until her manager started having conversations with Twitch people and saying, basically, and I'm just going to paraphrase because I don't know exactly what she says, but I can imagine she's basically like, what the people? What's going on here? Do you know what just happened? And so forth. And it was only because of her manager that anything was even looked into. Because even the Twitch security people were like, oh, what happened? Somebody get what up? They had no clue. And if it wasn't for this guy recording this, no one would have talked about this. That's what's crazy. Yeah. And this comes to the question. It's like, after that, it should have been like Johnny on the spot with security around every other meet or greet person. You know what I mean? Tighten security. Nothing, but no, nothing was done. Nothing. It was just, they just put out some lame statement. I'm not even going to read it because it's so lame. Oh, security is our top priority. We care about our people and their safety, and we do everything. It's really important to us. Bullshit. Bullshit it was. So that's what's going on. So let me read your comments for a second. So Guido did say yes, he was banned for 30 days. If I may be blunt, Twitch and Amazon can and will ride this out. They will probably offer some money and it will go away. Sad but true. Okay, you know what? I understand that that's true, and that brings me to the point. It's not that it's sad. It's not sad but true, Hyde. That's a weak point. You know what that is? That's freaking horrible, despicable, and that's a piece of shit move. I'm sorry, it is. That is completely, to be able to just be like, it's all right. We'll ride this out. I'm sure there's gonna be something in the background that we don't know about, some kind of lawsuit, some kind of like, there's gonna be something. We're probably not gonna hear about it, and that's fine. But the problem is, that's not right. This isn't one of those things that we should be like, oh damn, can't believe that happened. That's okay. They'll get a settlement. It'll be all right. It's sad that happened. No, that's bullshit. This is where, for me, and I talked about this before because I said at some point I had decided that I was going to stop streaming on Twitch. Listen, I'm not a big streamer. I don't make money on this. I don't make a living off this. I do this as a hobby. I do this for fun. I do this because this is an outlet for me, as well as it gives me peace of mind sometimes. It gives me a mental break, and it allows me to be to have a community with like-minded people. And I enjoy this, and I have made some really good friends from here. In fact, I said to my wife the other day, I said, it's funny that some people on the stream that I've known since like 2021 that I've made friends with here, I could actually say the word friends because I know more about them and I feel more connected to them than I do most people that I know in real life. And that's true. And, a few of them are in the chat right now, and that's how I feel. And this is why I do this. I don't do this because, oh my God, I'm getting paid, I'm getting money, whatever. If we make something off of this, great. It goes into the gaming. It goes into the community. It goes into like continuing to do what I'm doing. But I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not making the money to pay my bills. I'm still trying to work hard at making money in other areas. So for me, this isn't like, oh my God, if I leave Twitch, I'm going to, I have to stay here. Or this isn't like, oh, I'm going to leave and it's cost them a lot of money. No, it's not about that. It's about dignity. It's about, what do I think as a person individually, if I'm okay with being part of a platform that treats people in this way. And there's other things that they do that we have not even talked about, and we're not going to talk about today because it's a huge can of worms. There's other things that they have done and they continue to do to small streamers, to other streamers, just to people in general, how they take care of this. It's just completely, they're like, I don't know what the hell. They have their finger up their ass or what the hell's going on. The point being is like, it seems like it's just going downhill. And I'm getting to the point, and I posted this on Discord, and I said to my crew, basically, hold on, I got to get out of here. I don't want to watch this again. I basically said down here, so I proposed the question is this really a company platform that we should continue to endorse and participate in? And that's the truth. It's like, do I really want to continue being here? And there are people like, I'm not going to mention who. There are a couple of people in this group that feel strongly towards either some streamers or feel strongly towards some things in politics or in life that have happened. And they're very strong at saying, oh yeah, I won't shop there anymore, or I won't watch that person, or I don't do this because I'm against that. And they make a stance. So why wouldn't we make a stand here and be like, you know what? I'm sorry, Twitch does not deserve my dollars, does not deserve my time, and does not deserve my views. And that's kind of where it's at. You know what's funny? I know you think it's trash because he said something that you don't agree with and stuff, and that you feel that that's what he said, whatever it is. But the truth of the matter is, even he has spoken out about this. So people can be bad actors. I get it. It's fine. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Let me read some of your comments. I'm going to have to bring back the "why can't Nord quit Twitch" meme. Yeah, you're not going to need that. Is it? It is, but it changes nothing. People will still watch Twitch and stream on Twitch, and they will go again next year. Not true. A lot of people did not go, and if you look at the numbers of people that are actually watching Twitch, they are dropping. Twitch is not as powerful as it was before. And yes, there's still people that watch, but here's the thing. Not excluding present company and the rest of the normal people that watch Twitch, there is a percentage of people that watch Twitch that have some serious issues, whether it's with violence, not giving a shit about anybody else, and just wanting to see people burn. And that's there is a group like that, unfortunately. The trolls. That's what it is. Okay, but so really, what really is the drive? And as far as saying like nothing is going to change, you're right. Nothing is going to change until we make a change, until we ask for something to change. And maybe you're right. I'm a small streamer. It doesn't matter what I think. I mean, I don't think I can even consider myself a streamer. But seriously though, what's it going to take? You know, it takes people starting to stand up about this and talking about it and say and making and let me tell you, it's in the news. People are talking about it on the news. Sorry, I'm working, so I cannot hear everything, but I know Asman posted a reaction message on this, so you may want to listen or watch as well. It may add to your topic. I've already listened to it. Thanks, Matrix. I've already seen that. I'm trying not to go word for word for everything they said. I'm just sticking to highlights. The last thing I want to do is take somebody else's video that they put out there and like just freaking plagiarize it by commenting on every little thing they said. Only way Twitch and Amazon will actually change anything is if the money drops. They have NFL money. The money won't drop enough. It doesn't matter if this drops. That's the thing. To Amazon, it doesn't matter. This is kind of like a side little gig for them. It's like at some point they can be like, you know what, just let it go. Just let it keep doing its own thing, whatever it's doing. We have the servers. Let them freaking put their little, Twitch streams on. Let them put their live streams. They'll do their little game stuff and their little chit chatty whatever. It doesn't cost us anything. We have our own servers. It's fine. We'll just start letting people go. I won't be surprised if there's some, CEOs or stuff that will be probably lose a position or lose some money or something. But yeah, Twitch isn't going to go away. Why? Because it's a side gig for them. It's like, this is just there. It's there. They're going to keep going. And they have money coming in from other places. Not like, listen, they are already losing money on this. They've been losing money on Twitch for a while now. It's not like it's making them money. So it's not a big deal. They have the server space. They'll keep running the servers. They'll keep letting people do streaming. It's not going to change anything. You're right. In the end, it's not. But still, should we be okay with going along with a company that doesn't give a shit about its people and let things like this happen? Don't they already lose money every year? Yes, they do. Twitch is a tax write-off for Bezos. Exactly. They do lose money, by the way, Guino. But not, I'm saying on Twitch, not on Amazon as a whole, just Twitch itself. They make money off of us via Amazon. That's a separate entity. I know that it's like, oh, but that's a big company. That's the company behind it. It's a separate entity. I'm gonna say it's a separate entity. Yes, I use Amazon. Will I continue to use them? Of course I will. Amazon's not I know that they are behind Twitch, yes, but it's the people that are running Twitch that's the problem. And maybe that's the people that they need to change. The day in, day out people, the ones that are making the decisions there. Twitch, the brand, makes them money in other ways. It's bad when Asman says it's bad. Yeah, exactly. If I say Shroud, first thought is Twitch. Tatman, Twitch, Summit, Twitch. The brand thrives in the community. You know what's weird is I don't actually think that. Shroud maybe, but if I say Tatman, I think YouTube. Summit, I really don't say, so I don't really think. But these are, again, these are guys that are, this is gaming industry world. Okay, so you're thinking the gaming industry and the competitive industry of gaming, these names are known. But for the majority of the people that do other things on Twitch that don't do gaming, because believe it or not, there are people that follow Twitch that are on Twitch that don't do gaming, that they watch all the other stuff and not the gaming part. So those names like Shroud, Tatman, Summit, and anybody else, they have no clue. The only reason I know Summit, I've seen him on Twitch. I've seen, that's it. I knew Shroud because I saw him on Twitch playing a game that I played. I knew Tatman because I heard he used to play with the other guy that got banned that nobody talks about. But I seen him on YouTube. The only other viable option is YouTube, and YouTube doesn't really give a lot of love to their live platforms. It's getting better though. See, but that's the thing. It's like, honestly, it's I said it before, it's like YouTube, it really is for videos and whatnot, but would it cost me anything to really just throw my streams over there? I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't have a huge audience. I can probably think of 15 people that I know that would watch me and come in when they can here on Twitch. 15, that's a big number, but that's kind of what in my head, that's what I know. From a standpoint, I know 5 to 7 that are hardcore that will be here when they, you know, assuming that they can be and life is not getting in their way. And so I know if I move to YouTube, that number is going to severely drop to almost like nobody. And that's kind of how it is. Can you give me 1 second? I got to take this phone call. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. My daughter's car is in the shop, so I had to make sure they're doing what they're doing. So as I said, if I move to YouTube, I'm definitely going to lose just a lot of the people that normally would drop by, because not everybody watches on YouTube. So that's, and you know, I have to be willing to do that. And that's kind of, I think, where I'm at. And that's the whole reason I'm bringing this up. It's like, if I stay here knowing that I am so bothered by this, what does that say about me and my character? You know, and that's really the question I ask myself. Can I be okay staying here? And that's where it's like, yeah, that's a question I have to answer for myself. Let me read a couple of these. Kick can kick rocks. You know, I hate to say it, but Kick is getting more and more people. But yeah, unfortunately, it's no better. I mean, it's not. No, I just don't jive with that. I've seen Twitch offices. Trust me, Nord ain't wrong. They are a side gig for Amazon. Yeah, they are. They're not. I'm telling you, it's just they listen. If you don't know this, you should know this because most of you guys are tech people. But if you don't know this, Amazon has AWS. I believe that's what it's called. That's their server system that they rent out to people for hosting stuff, for just everything that has to do with data and stream and everything. Okay, period. They own that. So it's like it costs them nothing to be like, hey, and just save some of that space for us for the Twitch stuff. That's all it is. It's there. So it's not a big deal for them. Sorry, my fan wasn't on. They give cushy contracts to big names to keep the brand recognition. Yeah. Only Summit I know is Pat Summit. It's been gone a while. I think that's probably a sports player. Some games have similar, if not bigger audience on YouTube than on Twitch. Yeah, some games do. My thing is like, I don't stick to one game. So my thing would not be based on game. It would be based on me. And I'm a hard pill to swallow. I would argue SCUM, for example, has a bigger audience on YouTube. Star Citizen also, but only because the big names in the space multi-stream on YouTube also. That's the thing, like people that multi-stream there, or because of the fact that they do videos on YouTube already. And so that's why. I mean, nobody comes to Twitch for videos. Security at large crowd events are insane. Should it have been better? Absolutely. Should there have been open meet and greets where you can actually touch the talent? No. But that's not true. I don't agree with that because of the fact that like my daughters went to a meet and greet with Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum, which are the people from Smallville, and they were able to shake hands with them, stand next to them and take a picture. I mean, you can't put these people behind like a freaking glass cage and be like, oh, there they are. You can see them, but I'm sorry, you can't come close to them because they're super special. You can't do that. That's the whole point of a meet and greet is that. And meet and greets are usually handled well. And people that come into lines of meet and greets are people that are usually vetted and there's security there on hand. And yeah, usually people are watching that when somebody's up close. So I don't think that they should do away with that. That putting talent like at a pedestal is like, no, you can't get near them. That's kind of stupid. I think that's the stupid idea with celebrities to begin with. Like, oh my God, they're celebrities. Oh my, I see them on movies. They're just people like everyone else. Their job is acting and their job is recording movies that we get to enjoy and we pay them big money and they get rich off of us. That's it. That's the only difference. It doesn't make any sense that people are held to like this, that are put on this pedestal and stuff. Like, no, you can't go near them. But then again, why would you? It's different at a convention. If you pay to actually go and have a meet and greet with someone, with a celebrity or whatever. But if you see them on the street, you're not going to try to rush them. That I think is stupid. Like people that just, oh my God, and they go crazy and they like go to rush freaking celebrities because they want to get close to them. I think that's kind of weird. That's the weirdo people. That's the people that are not okay upstairs. Do you remember all the women that went crazy when the Beatles came out? They were like crying and they're like, oh, I'm going to die. I mean, come on. That's crazy. There's something's wrong with you. Same thing during Elvis time. Oh my God, I touched his shirt. Get out of here. Because people suck, streamers acquire great fans. They also risk acquiring bad actors. No, absolutely. And it's true. But because we know this is why. If Twitch knows this, they know that there are going to be bad actors that form parasocial relationships. I think that's the right word, with these streamers that they, in their head, they think they're their buddies. Because they know this, they should up the security. That's what I'm saying. If you have Twitch, if you leave Twitch for more reasons, you can't go to Kick for similar more reasons. No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's like basically the same. A con without meet and greet isn't a con. Exactly. Those can and are handled without being able to touch the target. You stand for a picture, they're gonna put their arm around you, or you stand next really close to them. I'm just saying. You're thinking more political people. So maybe those. I don't know. Meet and greets and Pope bubbles. Yeah, exactly. Agree, except maybe signing, but high security and table in the way helps. Yeah, absolutely. But I've seen plenty that they go to the photo op and they're standing right next to them. It happens all the time, every day at every con. Streamer and Pope mobiles. I would pay to see that. Emery has been assaulted twice this year before TwitchCon. That was a known quantity. It was handled badly, period. It was handled a lot worse than badly. I mean, she had a stalker for a while too. Only celeb I full on fanboy when I saw was The Rock. Dwayne Johnson. You can't bitch about security and expect a full open access. Only way to prevent it is to mitigate, period. No, see, I'm going to disagree because I can bitch about security all I want and still offer the meet and greet because it's the point of it. And the point of having security there is to be there, present, in the frame. Did you see on that picture any security other than hers in the frame? No. That's the whole point of having security. But if you're hiring a bunch of yahoos that are more interested in checking out the cosplay girls that are going, I'm making assumptions. I'm just making a freaking argument. If their mind is distracted somewhere else and not paying attention to what the hell they should be paying attention to, that's not security. You could have security and still have meet and greets. They can happen. You know, if you want to go further and just say, I don't agree with you, then you can just say, the only way to prevent this is just to have a TwitchCon. That's a smarter answer because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm just saying. Like I said at the beginning, there was somebody that made this comment, put it on, posted somewhere, and they're absolutely right. How do you expect these people to be able to run an IRL convention if they can't even moderate their own freaking Twitch platform? All right, I'm moving on from this. Why wasn't her own security right next to her? Was it Twitch rules that didn't allow them on stage? Probably. Last time they banned one of her security guards because he held on to one of the people that was trying to assault or something, and they banned the security guard because he was holding them for the police to get there. No, yes, you're absolutely right. We said that at the beginning when you were sleeping and didn't come in. We said every TwitchCon has had an assault for the past couple of years. We have no idea, and we are working off a serious lack of information. Absolutely not true. You might be dealing with, because you're only hearing what I'm telling you, and I know you're taking what I say with a grain of salt and not believing anything I'm saying. But if you want, we can watch all the videos from the person that it actually happened to. She plainly said it as day. A female Star Citizen streamer was spit on TwitchCon a couple of years ago. Yep. Last year, 2 guys from OTK, or that Austin group, were actually, they called it a sexual assault. Like that's the headline. It would be if, okay, let me just tell you what happened and you tell me if it's a sexual assault, because I know people have a problem with this one. So this is what they were sexually assaulted, but I'm not making light of it. I'm just saying this is the wording. I want to get the wording right. So these two guys streamers, there was a person that was an attendee, a TwitchCon attendee, that came up to them. It was a guy. I'm pretty sure it was a guy, but it was, maybe there was a gender thing, or maybe they were one of the letters. I'm not sure, but one of the alphabets. But what I'm saying is that they came up to them and we asked, and they were being recorded. This was being recorded while it was done, and no one knows if this was a prank. Maybe it was a prank by somebody that like put him up to it. But that person, that attendee, came up close to them. I didn't listen to the audio, and proceeded like if he was going to hug them, and started sucking on the streamer's nipple through his shirt. And then proceeded to go to the next guy and get close to him and grab his hand and start licking it in a very weird way. And they were both like, okay, yeah, and walked away. Now, no one did anything about this. But if that had happened to a female streamer, that would have been a problem. Tell me I'm wrong. So, yeah, there have been several issues there. All right, I think I beat this dead horse enough time. We will get to the conclusion of this later as far as whether or not you won't be seeing me here again or what. I mean, I'll probably keep my channel up, but I probably won't be streaming on here until all my videos go away. I really am leaning on that. I mean, there really is no point. What's the point? Well, let me finish up. I love my coffee chats here, though. You know, it's funny because Asmund said this. It's like the reason he stays on, obviously he has a huge audience. I don't. He says the whole reason why he stays on is that he doesn't want to leave the platform. He wants to change it. And I would love to see this platform change. I would love to see the right people in place running this ship. I agree with that. If there was the right people running this and doing what needs to be done, this would be a great platform. People would come back. People would enjoy this. People wouldn't be ashamed of saying, yeah, I stream on Twitch. It's almost, I think people feel more comfortable saying, yeah, I stream on OnlyFans. I mean, it's getting to that point. Sexual assault, anything that would be considered assault on a female should be the same with a man. Correct. And that's really what it was. Make Twitch as toxic as chat. That's not what he's saying. Damn, Brink. Leave the hate outside. This is a no hate zone. All right. So what's our next topic? Okay, this is good. This is good. If you thought that was bad, we're going to be talking about bad DnD players. But yes, you're right. The chat is toxic, and he's even said that before. But definitely there is people that are drawn to that, and unfortunately, yes, you're right. And then of course, he's fueling it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot more of that. All right, let's go on to the next topic here. I think some of us are going to agree on the situation with Twitch and the TwitchCons, and I think we're also going to disagree with the way that it was handled. So that's what it is. Rax, you better come back for this. This is important. This is all your realm. Let me bring up my video here. And we're definitely going to watch this video. Let me go ahead and open up the video in the video part here, but I'm going to pause it before it starts. Oh, we're talking about this. Now we have to wait for Rax. Come on, Rax. I'll give you some background. Oh, my volume just went nuts. I got to put this on the large screen in a moment. So this is who we're going to talk about next. For those of you that don't know who this person is, her name is Abria. I don't know her last name. I don't want to know. Abria is a D&D DM as well as player. And she has really taken off over the past couple of years in people knowing more who she is and so forth. She is tied in with the group of Critical Role, but has been just kind of on the whole venue of D&D with other podcasts and other D&D live stream games, I should say segments or campaigns. She's been a part of a lot of them. She's been a DM, and she's also been the DM being a dungeon master, the person that runs the game for D&D, as well as she has been a player in all these other ones. Don't know if I can get through this again. I'm going to try to kind of skip through, and I know what I want to say about it. I don't have to watch the whole video. So I'm going to try to get to the parts where it shows examples of what it is, so you don't have to watch the whole thing, Guino. I could also find a different one. Let me see. This is a song I made. I'll listen to that song in a moment, dude. I could also find another video too, but this one's gonna show a lot of the segments. So I want to see the segments and talk about those. Okay, you're back. Welcome back. Okay, all right, here we go. So we're gonna skip through this. I already gave the prologue of what this is, and for the most part, okay. So let me say the good things first, because it's important to not really, I'm not here to bash anybody, but I'm just here to point out some things that irritate me, and I'm sure have actually irritated a lot of people in the D&D audience for Critical Role. So she is a really great DM as far as storytelling. Like she's very descriptive. She's great at describing the story. I mean, anybody that's a DM will understand this. I'm not a DM, but I do understand it, and actually can see the difference when somebody is really good at explaining things, not like me, like a freaking 5-year-old. But I'm just saying. So she's really good at that. What she's not good at is being a player, because she has what's better known as main character syndrome. Okay. She wants to be in everything and wants to be noticed and wants to do everything. And I haven't played a lot of D&D. I've played some, I've played before, I've played currently. And I know in the games that I have played, there have been people that have been kind of similar, where they want to do everything that the entire group can do individually, but they want to feel like they can do it all. So they take away from allowing other people to be able to perform either actions or have their moment. That's what this woman does. And it's basically a scene stealer, basically. Yes. So let me read these, and then we're going to play some of this. I'm going to show you some of the examples of it. So I'm going to skip through this, because that is basically the gist of it. And I can tell you this much. It has bugged me so much watching her at Campaign 4 for Critical Role that I have actually stopped watching it, and I really want to just unsubscribe from my Beacon account. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Let me read some of these comments first before we start. That video was basically pull over nerd rules police. Nice. Don't know if I can get through this again. I feel like, yeah, she over embellishes and rule breaks and whatnot, but also the DM doesn't go, no, he does not. And that's because he really likes her. He doesn't, you're right. He doesn't. But the one thing, if I can find this other video, she did this in Campaign 3 at the end when Matt Mercer was actually the DM. And he, instead of like saying, no, don't do that, he basically used game rules to try to make her understand. I'm going to find that video. I'm going to show you that. So like there was a part, I'll explain it first. There was a part in Campaign 3 at the end where Matt as the DM was having a one-on-one moment with one of the other players, and this was going to be like their sign, like kind of the closing of that player. And she kept butting in. Even when he described that he moved with that character off to the side to be alone, she's like, I'm coming with them. And even when he says that the character actually put up a flame wall so she couldn't come to prevent anyone from following, she's still like, I can hear them through the wall. And even after he said he cast a spell of silence so no one could hear them outside, she still pretended like she could speak by miming her words and her actions. That is someone that does not get a hint and just wants to be basically a scene stealer. All right, let me read a couple of comments, and then I got to get going on this. And I will show you that video too. Scene stealer, basically, BLM has addressed it. Don't really agree with its rationale, but its table. I don't know who BLM is, sorry. I have only watched some of CP4. I don't like it at the moment. This is one of the reasons I don't like it. And there's a lot of people too. There's like 10 people. The story could be good, but the overacting is cringe as hell. Yes, it is. And it's more storytelling than D&D so far. It does start in Change episode 3. It does. Yeah, this is kind of like the preview of it. And episode 3 is supposed to get better. She was the girl at acting camp. Cringe. Oh, sorry. There you go. Brendan Lee Mulligan. I thought you were talking about an online person. Sorry. Okay. So let's go ahead and watch this. Let me get to a couple of the places. I don't even know if I want to do the intro to this because it just really explains who she is and what they are. Rule bending, I don't care so much about, but yes, that is something. This is only going to matter to people that actually play D&D, so I'm going to skip this part, but she does have a way of basically bending the rules to work for her. I guess I will do this.
And I'm actually going to cast enrichment on this spot.
Awesome.
For the next year. Plants in a half-mile radius from exactly right here will be a little more fruitful and a little more green.
Okay, so the reason, and this is the only reason this is important, is that my understanding of the enrichment spell, I believe it's called enrichment, is the fact that it takes 8 hours to cast. That's the only thing I need to understand to know that what she did was not allowed. But they allowed it for some reason. And by the way, these are people who are just starting out. The look on the DM's face, though, yeah, exactly. He's like, okay, but he's not saying anything because he doesn't want to, like, he's like trying to look at freaking, is it Liam? Yeah, Liam. His face is like, you're not going to say anything about this? It's a 3rd level spell. Exactly. And I don't believe they're even 3rd level. Not anywhere near to be able to do 3rd level spells. So that's point number 1. Let me move on. Point number 2. And actually, this is more of along the lines of that information. Here is, let's go from here.
To the side of a large family room where they lay the body down.
So they're off to the side, in a side room, right?
She then remains by the body in the alcove, away from the front door for the majority of the episode, getting more and more drunk as she performs funeral rites. As the story continues, other player characters are introduced, each having conversations outside the front door before entering. Abria then uses the plants outside the house to connect her character to the ongoing scenes.
Okay, so here's the other thing. So she's inside. The characters are arriving outside. She's nowhere near them. But there's plants out there, and she connects with the plants. And somehow or another, it's like she wants to be a part of a scene, so she uses the plants to be part of the scene. That's what's happening here.
Here's the stat block for plant growth. Plant growth is a 3rd level spell that Abria's character would not have
3rd level spell.
Access to until level 5. It has 2 distinct options: overgrowth, which takes an action, and enrichment, which requires 8 hours to cast.
That's the one we were talking about.
The enrichment effect doubles the crop yield within a half-mile radius for 1 year. That is the full extent of the spell's effects. It does not.
So this is the stuff it does not do.
Cause instant flower growth, enable communication through plants, the ability to move plants to block paths, change vines from lush to thorny, or alter their physical properties based on the caster's emotions or relationship with others nearby.
Okay, so it doesn't do any of this stuff. All right, this is the whole point of this. That spell doesn't do any of this stuff. Not to mention that it's a 3rd level spell and they can't cast it unless they're level 5, and they're not level 5. Okay, unless they are, but I don't think they are. This is where she proceeds. She was making shit up. Exactly. Here we go.
Here are all the moments she used this spell.
If I can hear speaking on the far side of the door in tones that are not immediate family, but still fundamentally like low and kind, the Jasmine growing up, like I
She's basically saying she's using the plants to hear.
will force it to bloom a little more and like give it scent off a little more.
And she's saying that she's forcing them to bloom, which the spell does not do.
Welcome.
Julian, entering the home, you see.
I just want to say.
Yeah.
Okay, Rax, you're a DM, so you understand this part. The DM is introducing a scene. Okay? He's introducing a scene. By the way, this is all live. He's introducing the scene, and then she's like, she puts her hand out as to say, wait, I got something to say. Now, I know that there have been times when we're playing that we've been like, wait, before we move on, should we? And then, we'll interject something. But she totally is now, listen to what she said. She goes, wait, I got something to say. And she stops the scene from rolling out that the DM is doing in order to do this. Now can we look at Matt's face for a second? Can we look at Matt's face? Because I have a feeling I should have shown you this scene before. He's dealt with this already with her. I have no idea why they allowed her to play again without somebody talking to her and saying, don't do this shit again. But look at Matt's face. Look at freaking, what's his name? I always forget the guy in the middle's name. This guy, I forget his name. Mr. Mom Kid. I forgot his name. They're all like, what the? Taliesin, thank you. Oh. All right, so let's listen. So this is where Matt's face is priceless. It is. He's like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
The Jasmine, I always liked Lady Aranessa.
Her and Brennan go way back. I think that's part of the issue. Yes, it is. And that's the thing. It's like it's his friend. He likes her. It's like he's accepting of things. I mean, there are people like that run games and have people in their games that they're like really bonded to. And no matter what they do, they're like, they can't do no wrong. It's like,
So as the carriage approached, all of that jasmine grew in lush, less flowers and more vines, and that green, the same green of her house. But the moment you step out of the carriage.
But it's like, why? She's totally like, I'm DMing this bitch. Matt's inner DM is freaking out. He is. And now she's talking directly to Matt.
I bid every bit of greenery, every plant to wither around your feet.
Jeez.
As you approach this home. No green for you.
And I really am sorry that when they killed that guy, I said, can I eat that? It's just a little demon humor.
Because they're having a conversation outside. She's nowhere near them.
I think several people heard you say that, and it was inappropriate. And
Why? What's with the face? It's so great. If you watch everyone else, it's hard to watch everyone else when she's doing this. But if you watch everyone else, they love storytelling. They love seeing the story unfold. So they're all like wrapped into what the people are saying. They're kind of like, they're leaning in. They're not reacting as if they're hearing them in this game itself. They're enjoying it from an outside perspective, like an audience, not her.
Presence of royalty and nobles and nobility and just
like she's like, wait, they're doing this wrong. Yep, she is so used to DMing that she can't play anymore. That's the problem. But look at Matt. When Matt does it, he's so good at just laying back and like, I'm just gonna do my part. She can't undm like normal DMs. Correct. I have a similar issue. It can be hard to switch roles like that. If you can't do it, you should not play until you can.
You want me to get you a drink?
Look at her.
Do you have my...
Plants over here, that, and the jasmine, like if you're looking towards the door, the jasmine grows in and blocks your path.
Which the spell cannot do. We know this.
Oh. Driver?
Yes, my lord.
Is something wrong? Why, we've stopped just shy of the house.
The house will, I believe there might be, the plants seem to have a mind of their own.
All right, we'll just hoof it.
What is she doing?
I gently wiped the blade on my hand, but now I'm...
So she continues. I'm going to... Oh, gosh, she stole another scene? Okay, yeah.
To kill them.
Okay, I'm still outside the house.
Yeah, we're about to go in. And you know what? No.
Let me go to this. Now, this is the part that really pisses me off. Let me see if I can find it. This is a whole nother section, but we'll get to that in a moment. She uses Wildfire Companion the completely wrong way. Like if she can speak through it. Let me just say, Bria can't speak through her animal. Bria cannot see through its eyes like one would with a familiar. And you would think that a person that is a DM knows this, but she is not. She's not using the spells in the right way. She's making this Wildfire Companion, and she thinks that she can use it like a familiar, which you can hear through it, you can see through it, You can't. Not on this one. And that's what she proceeds to do. There is... I'm trying to find a spot here. Here it is. This is the parts that bug me the most. Yeah, not a fan of hers. She is making her own rules, and it's stupid. Correct. In my opinion, she's not even a great DM. She puts the story focus on herself rather than opening it up to the players. And she gets pissed when they don't follow her rules. Yeah, they don't like unfold her story. I imagine some people are just better suited to DM or to players. Not both. Not a bad thing. Just is what it is. Exactly. Correct. So in this case, what we're going to watch now is, this is probably her biggest issue. When Matt is going to wants a moment to himself in the story, she doesn't allow it.
Blustering like a tornado, and all this chaos has happened. Sir Julian has used this immediate opportunity to disengage from the tractor beam of intention you have put upon him, and has kind of pulled away from the rest and actually gone to have a moment with the corpse himself while everyone is kind of distracted, if I might.
Yeah. What do you do?
What he's doing is really, by the way, I love this in a story, in any D&D game that I watch, is I love when players can take a moment to really kind of invest themselves in a soul moment, and it tells more about them, about the character, and it basically helps that character grow, and it helps others learn more about that character, and it helps with the roles playing later on. And this is a moment that Matt's trying to take. He was trying to be polite and have a moment. Yes, exactly. And I love when characters do this, and I think this is so important. If you're a D&D player, if you ever see somebody in your table doing something like this, sit back and enjoy it. Sit back and enjoy it. Even if they fumble, because not everybody's great at it, just let them do their thing, because they're trying to get something out. They're trying to experience something. I remember trying this. I wasn't very good at it. I remember trying this because I was thinking it was when my mother passed away, and I was trying to have a drink of elven wine, I believe, Fey wine, and because my mom had recently passed away in real life, and we were playing the game, and I remember I wanted to have elven Fey wine, which is expensive, and I knew it was expensive. I just didn't know how much. And the reason why is because my mom had told my sister before she passed that she didn't want us to be sad and to, the funeral thing and all that. She didn't want us to have a funeral. She wanted us to have a drink for her. And I don't drink in real life. So for me, I struggled with that, because I was like, if I drink, I'm breaking my oath of sobriety that I said I wouldn't break. But my mom asked this as her last wish. So I did it in game. And I didn't know how to do it, so I tried to do it, but unfortunately it was overshadowed by the freaking amount that the elven wine cost. Was way too much more than I actually had. So that kind of overshadowed that part. But yes, I remember this. Anyway, I think you guys remember that too. We made a big fiasco out of it. All right, hold on. Let's watch this. He's taking a moment.
Approach the corpse of Thiazi Fang.
Hand kind of rested on the hilt of my rapier on the side. I kind of stand there for a minute over and kind of just glance left and right to see if anyone is paying any close attention to this corner.
Hala's still there. So you have a whole ass deer staring at you.
Okay, so the Hollis is the deer, the wild form or wildfire thing, and she's saying it's there watching her and she's using her to watch. It's freaking annoying. Yes, her bugged out eyes. I don't know what the hell it is. If she's on I don't want to say she's on drugs, but damn, she looks like she's on freaking drugs or something. It's so weird. She looks scary.
There's a companion of the wild here, but
and he goes with it instead of saying, well, he actually went with it because yes, there's a companion there, but doesn't mean it's watching her through her eyes.
Mortal kind, you are alone.
He clarified. You are alone though. There is a companion watching you, but you're alone.
I'm going to... Where is the deer currently situated by the corpse?
Deer's at the head and was giving funeral rites.
Right.
Does it look like you're hesitating?
Why is she DMing?
It looks like I'm just kind of looking down and quietly taking in the surroundings.
Then I think Hala will blink, stare at you, so you know that this is like connected to Taisha.
Which cannot happen because we already read that that's not the way it works.
And then turn and go find Hero, and is just going to go hang out with Hero and leave you to this moment.
Oh, thanks. Which moment's ruined.
I look to Shadia and to Hero.
Okay, so let me go into the most important part of this that I wanted to really show. Let's see if I can find. This is it, and I'm gonna let this guy that's doing a video actually explain the situation. Interrupting player moments. This is the part that really, really pisses me off, and the reason why is because one of the reasons why I love watching Critical Role is the moments that they have between two characters, or maybe even three sometimes. And they have those moments where they're connecting with something, and so something beautiful happens. Like it's an acting moment. It's a moment. I mean, these guys act, but it's a moment that is like, wow, wasn't expecting that. I've watched. Is it called The Six? There's another group that does it. I forgot something with The Six. And there's been a YouTube short going around about it, and it's a moment where one of the characters sees his mom and dad that passed away, and he has a moment with them, and everyone's listening and everyone's watching it. Everyone is in freaking tears. Is it The Seven? I can't remember. I gotta look it up. But anyways, and everyone's in freaking tears, like as not as character, but in general, because of how emotional that part is. But anyway, so these moments are really good. So she's interrupting a player moment. I want you to watch this and just listen to what this guy says. Is it The Seven? I think it might be.
Which was interrupting player moments. In this scene, Luis and Travis were about to engage with each other when Abria interjected, shifting the spotlight from their interaction to her own. She does seem to walk away in an attempt to give them their moment, but Brendan continues to interact with Abria for a moment longer, giving the viewers a bit more lore on her background.
And then...
Okay, before they continue. Two things that went wrong there. One, the DM really should be calling her out on this in some way or another. Maybe not interrupting it, but in some way. But he doesn't. He entertains it. That's wrong. And then two, is she seems to do this a lot. She'll like interrupt, and then she'll be like, "Okay, but I'll let you guys have your time now." And it's like, don't do that. Okay, so let me let this run.
Tossed it over to the Revolutionary Guard to clean up. You saw Zune come out at the end. In other words, they were like, we were just here to kill this guy. We were not here to clean up the corpse. You guys do your thing.
We have spent too many years together, spilling blood in the same mud for us not to recognize each other immediately.
Yeah.
I will gauge Zune's expression and see if it is one of interest and welcome.
I look at you, and I feel like I'm sort of scanning you as well.
Can I inside check these boys inside checking each other?
Yeah, you both kind of see, like, the shoulders both kind of come back and just, right.
I'll give a nod.
Give me insight.
Jesus, it's under the spider.
Why do you have a spider?
Don't worry about it. 17. 16.
17. I think that passes Taylor. What's your deception score? I think it passes your passive deception, and you're not trying to be deceptive right now.
Nope, I'm not.
Taylor has a similar vibe that you have right now. You clock a vibe from Taylor similar to your vibe, which is, why did bad things happen?
I think that's the turning point. She wanted to like pull you away to speak to you. If you are already like moving in the same way, I think the sort of which side of the fence she will fall on resolves itself, and she'll leave you two to it. And I'm gonna go stand behind Loza and like sort of hands on her shoulders begin like matching her cadence and harmonizing with her druidic and take over these rites and step away from the like family and people of this and do what I was made and called to do.
So, two things. One, Brendan should not have entertained that. You're right. He should not have asked for a roll. He should have just like took it as a chuckle and let them continue. I don't think she would have forced an insight roll at all. The other thing is that had nothing to do with anything It served no purpose. It did not assist in what was happening with the two of them before. It just, again, put focus on her character and what she wanted to explain that she was doing that had really nothing to do with anything else. And that is completely stealing a scene for yourself when there was some kind of character development or bond trying to roll out here. That was screwed up. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, because I enjoy this guy, Brennan. Yeah, I think he's a good DM. I've watched him in this other one. I forgot what it's called. But I got to say that I'm really disappointed with the way he's allowed her to continue doing this. And it's like, I don't care if it's a friend or not, but it's, I mean, you're seeing it on the comments, you're seeing it on the freaking Discord discussion boards. You're seeing videos about this. There have been tons of videos about people discussing how wrong she is for what she's doing, and no one is, making a change, which is really sad because it sucks. It's one of the better campaigns sometimes out there. I really do not know how well this campaign's going to do if she continues to be in it or behave in that way. I got to be honest. That's where I'm at with it. They need to have a talk with her. Yes, absolutely. They do. I doubt she can make a lasting change. I don't think she can. And I don't know if I don't know if she's drinking beforehand. Her character is supposedly a drunk, I think, which is not good if she's like pretending and really like drinking before she comes in. But somebody needs to like say, hey, can you tone it down a bit? I mean, like, my character's a bit of a smartass sometimes, but even I know I need to tone it down sometimes. I can't be a smartass every single time. So, Orion had some issues. They talked with him a bunch, and he couldn't help it. Yeah, I mean, I think they all have had something. I mean, like, I think Laura Bailey's characters are always like not perverted, but they'll always say something. The one that's always a pervert is freaking, what's his name? Fuck, I forgot his Sam. Sam's character is always weird. Sam's a pervert. I just think Sam's a pervert, period. Sorry, Sam. Anyway, so that's what I have with that. There are other videos we could watch about this same topic, and it just goes over the same thing, and people kind of talk about, all the same problems with Abria and how she behaves at the table. And then, a lot of people do praise her for some things, and I'm not saying she's totally all bad, but it's like, I think her overacting while others have the spotlight, I think that's where the problem lies, because of the fact that it does take away from people being able to kind of stick to the story and pay attention because they're too busy watching her reactions. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on one second. I want to show you this one. Let me see if I can go to history real quick. You need to see this. This is campaign. Yeah, this is the one.
Okay, so this video is tricky because on the surface.
All right, so I want to show you this one, but I'm not going to show you the whole video. I just want to, because it's a lot of it is built up, but you can see how she reacts. Sam Ganji, not Sam Ganji. What's up, Fat Cat? They all talk. Oh no, he's not a pervert in this one. No, he's not. They all talk so low and slow so far in this one. It kind of puts you to sleep. I've been using it to fall asleep. Marisha's annoying. There's times where she does become annoying. All right, let me see this.
Yes, I did. But it was just because I just need answers. And I just wanted to...
Okay. So, let me explain this. Fern, which is... I forgot her name. I know Rax is going to kill me because I can't remember her name because it's his favorite character. The actress. Anyways, she's playing Fern, and Fern has some connection, some relationship, special connection with this NPC character that Matt plays. And so they're going to have a quiet moment to talk. Ashley, thank you very much. Ashley Johnson. And they're going to have a segment to themselves where they're going to talk. And this is kind of, by the way, this is the finale of campaign 3. So this is where they're trying to close up character, tie all the loose ends. And so that's what they're doing. But she's, because it's like, I guess, a tension relationship, like there's some sexual tension involved. So she's like all horn dog about it. And she won't stop interfering and trying to be a part of it, as you can tell from her face, while everyone else is trying to just listen. So I want you to watch this. So they're trying to have a moment.
You called it a strange time, dear.
Yes, I did. But it was just because I just need answers. And I just wanted to see.
I'm sorry.
How you're doing. Are you still a champion? I'm
He
actually
takes your
unclear on how to
fingers and pulls you away from the troop and begins to walk away from the rest of you. Just taking the two of them away.
So see, it's exactly this. He's pulling them away.
The two of them away.
Someone has to grab me. I'm nosy.
Who's gonna grab you? Just go.
I'm going.
All right.
And Matt senses this is the wrong kind of energy to bring into what is probably supposed to be an earnest and sincere conversation. But Abria is in full-on giggity goofball mode, and so he says the summon guy creates a wall of fire to block her from following.
You pull up. As you do, he kind of glances over his shoulder, and as he raises his hand, flames burn in front of you to just kind of block your path.
Respect. Okay.
At this point, most players would think, oh, okay, Matt's trying to tell me something. I guess I'm not supposed to be in this scene, so let me fade into the background while someone else has a moment in the spotlight. But that's not what happens.
Nope.
Abria either ignores the suggestion or just doesn't get it. After letting Matt and Ashley talk for maybe 30 seconds, Abria declares that she can hear them from afar, and she starts shouting out goofball things to them, just trying to get a laugh from other players at the table.
Hit it.
My lord's contract. He will be back.
Commitment. This is good.
It's just commitment just stresses me out so much.
Just fuck him. Sorry, I'm behind the flame wall.
So it's like she's just doing it to get other people to laugh and stuff, but it's has nothing to do with the moment that's actually going on, and it's interrupting. And Matt's being as good as he can. He doesn't want to like really be a jerk, but he's getting annoyed, and that's why he did the whole flame wall thing to take the hints. This isn't a moment for you. Everyone else has taken a hint. Everyone else is quiet. She can't keep her mouth shut. I swear, I think this girl's either drunk or she's doing some kind of like, I'm not alleged. I'm not saying that she is, but it seems like someone that would in general be doing some kind of drugs or would be drunk. Honestly, that's how she's acting. I'm not saying that's what she is. I'm not saying that she is doing that because that would be wrong of me to say, but she is definitely acting like someone that is either under some kind of influence and is unable to control themselves. That's pretty fucked up when you're sitting at this table.
And how does Matt respond? Matt has the summoned extraplanar fling another spell, something like silence.
He flicks a finger up in that direction past you, and as you're shouting, your words come out to no sound.
This is Matt's second warning. He even straight up says they cannot hear you. I don't know how much more plain he can make it. You're not involved in this scene, so be respectful while we're
So she's not involved in the scene. Be respectful while they're trying to have their moment, right? So what does she do next?
trying to do our own thing over here. Nevertheless, Abria persists. She spends the next 60 seconds or so pantomiming what she would be saying if not silenced, gesticulating and drawing everyone's eyes. As a result, Fern and her friend don't really get to have a scene because the rest of the table's attention soon gets pushed elsewhere. The energy has changed, and so Liam O'Brien tags in and pushes them forward into the next scene. The advice for players should be obvious here, but don't be a spotlight hog. Read the room. I'm all for people having a good time and hooting and hollering at the table, but not at the expense of important story moments for other people. Read.
That's it. That's what you got to take from it. Read the room. That's the important part. So that's how she ruined. So that's a bad D&D player. And if you are that player, my friends, don't do that. Don't be that. Don't be that player. Oh man. It's main character syndrome. That's what it is. That's what it is. Obviously a problem. Okay, we got two more topics here. Let's do the Raider Debriefing. I think that's something that you guys can join me on. Oh, why don't Rax and Brink, do you guys have a moment to jump onto Discord? Give me a second. We'll go to Rax's Discord if you guys can. Okay, let's get you guys in there. Hey, bud.
What's going on?
What's going on, Rax? Let's wait for Brink to get here. So we're gonna do a arc debriefing. Let's see if I get an arc.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, we hear you. What's going on, bud?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh gosh, don't be a scene stealer.
Oh Jesus!
Guys, I can hear everything you're saying.
You know what? I can do it right now. Oh my God! Let's just get this over with.
Oh great.
Perfect.
Open image in new tab. Okay. Can I make this big? Yeah, great.
Best game ever.
I already know you're gonna show the damn video.
Oh, I will be showing that. Let's call it a draw. All right.
I don't want to ruin the ending. I won't.
It's a secret. Okay. Oh, she's lurking. She's like, I don't care about arc readers. I'm leaving. Fine, hide.
Yeah, she's like, oh,
This is when we need the moderators.
Borderlands.
She's gonna go to her Borderlands. All right. Bye. Thanks. No, she's got to probably do work.
Meetings.
She's got meetings. Got to go yell at people. All right. So arc raiders. The three of us had the opportunity to play arc raiders on their slam test, which is such a weird word. What's it called?
Yeah.
Server slam.
Server slam. They slammed a server just to see if it can hold, and I guess it could hold. There was I would say almost under 200,000 people played. I think it was like 166 or 180,000 people were playing at some point. It went really well, I think. I didn't play as much as you two, and I think Rax played more than both of us, but it was definitely something that a lot of people were playing. People that, people watch, like Shroud was playing, Co-Carnage was playing, even Asmon was playing. So everyone really got in there to try it out.
I had 30 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Damn, I'm doing close to that. What the hell do I have? Let's see.
I probably played half that.
I have like 9 hours and 9.8 hours. That's what I got.
That's probably about the same as me.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. No, sorry. But, okay. So I'll tell you what I think, and then I want you guys to tell me what your thoughts were. So for me, I think the game was beautiful as far as the visualness of it. It's a great looking game. I mean, it's looks far better than SCUM, obviously. The graphics were phenomenal. I mean, it's like you just sit there and stare, but if you did that, you would get killed. So that was good. There was a very heavy weight of player versus environment in the game, even though it's a extraction shooter type games that has PvP. There was a great deal of PvE, which I feel that I felt more fear of being found by PvE, by the freaking arcs, the robots, than I did from the people. So that's kind of the impression that I got. However, watching other people play, like when I watched some streamers that are playing that are normally PvP players, they really were getting into a lot of PvP fights because of where they were going, or just they were looking for it. And so that definitely is a big mix of both. There are some glitches here and there. There's some things that kind of annoyed me in the game. I think the reloading, instead of it being a clip, it was like reload one little bullet at a time. Which what's funny is that when I was shooting at like one of the robots, and I would run out of ammo, if I pressed to shoot again because I didn't realize I ran out of ammo, it would load one bullet in, and then it would shoot that, and then it would load another bullet in, and it would shoot that. It shouldn't allow me to shoot, period. It should just be like, hey, hit reload so you can keep shooting. So that's kind of a me thing. Other than that, I think I really enjoyed the game, with the exception of, when you die, you lose all your shit, and guess what? You have to start all over. I think being a scavenger and acquiring as much things as you can so you can build things for your next run is really important in this game. So that's kind of what I got from it. I did enjoy it overall. If I were to give it from a 1 to a 10, I'd probably say a 7. And that's really feeling comfortable with saying I would play the game again. So what do you guys think?
Well, I can tell you right now, I think Rax probably is going to go with it's a 10 out of 10 game of the year. Give me more. Give it to me right now, directly into my veins.
You're not wrong. I've been waiting for this game for a long time, man.
All right, Rax, you give your impressions since you're the ultra lover of the game.
Well, I agree with you 100%, Nord. The visual aspects of the game and the environment of the game are perfect, in my opinion. They are so damn good. I love the environment. And yeah, I feel the same thing with you. I'm more scared of those damn robots than I am of people. Because it was funny last night, me and Brink got into like a groove where PvP was nothing for us. We were taking out people left and right. It's the damn Ark that was kicking our ass.
It's true.
Dude,
it's true.
Like we 2v3'd a 3-man squad, took them out, and then the damn Ark showed up and took out my shield twice.
Damn.
But the players barely touched us. We were ducking and going behind corners, just owning them. But then the Ark just comes in and is like, oh, you think you're that good? Let me just murder you right here. But yeah.
Yeah,
True.
which is great. I love that.
But I've noticed when you're saying about the guns, from what I remember from the first beta test, like the first starter guns we have, they're ass. They're terrible. Like the Rattler only loads 2 bullets at a time. It doesn't have a mag. Unless you actually put a mod that's a magazine, then it'll load a magazine.
But that's something we didn't have access to at this point.
Yeah, we don't have access to it, so you can't really do anything good with it.
Right.
Well, I feel like they made it a little bit easier. So instead of needing a mod, they just gave us a mag for the Rattler.
Yeah.
Did we get a mod? Did we get a mag for the Rattler? Because I never saw one.
It's a medium mag. You get it later. It's like a medium extended or something like that. I think you have to find that one now.
Yeah, so like the base Rattler, I think has magazine, but the extended mag is the mod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's
You're thinking of the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh doesn't have a mag. It's a one-shot reload.
Yeah, it's a one-shot break gun.
Right. Yeah. I think that was the other thing I forgot to mention is that they did lock a lot of stuff out. Like they were like, oh, you need the full game to do this. Where it should have been really like, no, man. I mean, I know that they were looking at testing the server really, could they handle the load, but they really did shut down a lot of like the advancements of the crafting, for example. And I think that kind of like that would have sold the game better for more people being like able to try out the stuff down the road.
I kind of disagree.
Oh.
I feel like they approached it more of, okay, we need to do the server slam, we need to test the load on the servers. But I feel like they gave us just enough to where it was like you were playing a demo of the game.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I feel like if they gave us everything access wise, people would have just grinded it out all weekend and been like, okay, that was great, cool game.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I did everything you can do, so I don't need to buy it.
But
you know
didn't but the beta had this though?
Look forward to.
The beta capped out at 20, I believe. It was only 5 more levels.
Right.
And you could upgrade to bench level 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
And see, the reason why I think they did that was because they wanted to test all that stuff, test those mechanics, test the different things you can do in the game. Because then when they came back for the server slam, a lot of that stuff had changed. So they obviously took the data and the feedback they got from that playtest and then implemented changes in the systems.
Okay, that makes sense.
We got the dam that we had on the server slam, and we had spaceport. Those are the only 2 maps we had access to. I don't think we had the blue.
Yeah, it was just 2 maps, I believe.
Blue Gate. And they even changed the way the bastions look. The bastions look so much better compared to the first time. It just looked like a big square crab running around. Now they look like all armored.
Did you notice they also changed like how some of the different weapons work, like the showstopper grenade, right? Like you could, in the tech test, you could throw a showstopper at a Rocketeer and it would just basically like EMP the thing and it would fall to the ground and then you could destroy it. And it doesn't do that anymore.
It doesn't do it.
So let me ask you this question. There were two other games that come to mind when playing this and kind of comparing. So one of them is one that is being tested right now, which is the Active Matter that Matrix plays, and then the other and then the other one is Tarkov. One of the things that I know, I've never played either. I know my buddy Super played Tarkov for a while. But one of the things that I notice is that both of those games have a way of being PvE only because they have enough NPCs in the game to actually be PvE, and there's a setting for it. This game doesn't have that. Would you think that this game would benefit from that, or do you think that it shouldn't go down that route?
I don't think it should go to where you have PvE as like a full option. Like, for example, if you wanted to load into a PvE only version of the entire game, I think that would kill the game.
Interesting.
But I think if you had PvE only sort of, I guess, called a mission, like maybe you load in to a smaller map, a different map completely, and it's just like tons of arc.
Right.
Like
So,
something like that. Like maybe like a
it's like a
almost treat it like an instance dungeon.
right,
I
like a
think something
single
like that
player
would be cool.
instance. Mm-hmm.
Right. But
Okay.
nothing that you can get in that you can get anywhere that you can't get anywhere else. Like you should be able to get anything in the full PvE VP and get the same items in PvE if they
Correct.
did like an instance dungeon run, whatever. Even that though would probably cause a little bit of a rift as far as like player base. So I don't know. I feel like they designed it so well for the PvE and the PvP that I don't see there being a need for, because I'm not a big PvP guy. I'm not. Like I'm so rusty at it. Like I suck right now.
Yeah, we shook off the rust a lot last night though.
Yeah, no, I mean we were wrecking last night, but that was just we finally got into a groove and whatever.
Yeah.
But and anyways, I'm not a big PvP guy. Is all I'm saying. And
I think I see what you're saying.
For
Go
me
ahead.
to play this game and be like, I'm totally cool with this, like that's saying a lot as to how well and intentionally they designed it.
Right. Rax, anything to add on that?
Well, at first I did want them to do I would like to have the option of PvE only versus both. But after getting a better understanding of the game again and playing it a little more, I'm liking the aspect of the combination of both because it reminds me of the old days of when we played SCUM. Like, dude, you're PvE, you're out there, you're trying to get what you want to get, but there's always that extra little threat of another player, and I like that. And the fact that Arc Raiders does do that, I like how they did it, and also you have Arc everywhere, so. I could hear shooting in the distance, and I can hear a hornet shooting. It's like, okay, I know that thing's going after a player. I know players are over there. It's like a warning system for me. So I know, okay, maybe I shouldn't go that way. Let me go to the other side of the map so I can avoid PvP. So there's still ways to avoid PvP if I don't feel like doing it. But then you're on that also aspect. You're like, oh, well, he might have some good stuff because he's in the high loot area. Let me go third party it and try to steal it. So
Right.
I kind of like I like how they did it.
It adds to the
I'm gonna
tension.
agree with Brink. Yeah, it does.
So I get it. I think you're right. It does add to the tension because you don't just hear a silent world. It would suck if you were just in a silent world where you only heard stuff when it was around you. So I totally get that. And I think the other thing that I didn't even think about, but after Brink started explaining this, I actually do agree because of the fact that that would be a cheating way for players to be able to go PvE, acquire all the things that they need, gear up really well, and then go into a PvP area. So I think that would take away from the whole thing of trying to be able to gear up while everybody else is gearing up the same way, not going in by yourself and getting stuff that you can use in a multiplayer scenario. So totally, I think I'm on board on that. I just feel like there definitely is a lot of PvE in the game, but I think just like when they said, I was listening to a documentary, an article before they released this weekend, that they were saying how it was originally intended as a PvE game, but it was boring and they were not happy with it. And even the CEO said, no, we don't want this. This sucks. Nobody's going to want to play this. And so that's where it changed into what we have now, which by all accounts, based on what we saw and what you guys just said, it made a huge difference.
Yeah, it did.
So I agree with that.
Yeah, I think if this game was, imagine that it was purely PvE. There was no, but it was still sort of extraction-y, like as far as like a time limit, go in, get your stuff, go back to Speranza. If it was completely PvE, I would have been bored within 8 hours. I would have just been cool, like whatever.
Because
Like
once
maybe
you
I'll
work
come
your way
back.
around the AI,
Yeah, it's like
Makes sense. I do have that video.
oh shit, here we go.
So this is a video from Rax. Let me see if I can. I gotta make it big. So this was from Rax stream. I'm gonna move myself off to the side here so you can see this. And part of the game is extraction, and so they're trying to get. Well, actually, this is not the extraction one. They're actually they're scavenging right now, and Brink had actually just tried to take one down. Was doing a good job at taking him down, but he was downed. And then
I took one down, and then I got downed, and
right,
then there
and
was
so
2 left.
So then Rax came across, took one down, I believe, and this is the ending of that because then there was another one, and they're trying to take each other down, and this is what ends up happening. So let me just go ahead and play this. It's really quick, so you got to watch it. This is like right when they're both shooting at each other, Rax and the other guy.
Looks like he's trying to hug me right there.
Dude, really? We knocked each other?
See, how did he hit me from that far away? That's what I don't get.
I guess GG is the only thing I can say.
It is.
Let's all die together on 3. 1, 2, 3, surrender!
So really that's so there definitely is some humor in the game where they basically killed each other, and once everyone's in a surrender position, it's not like they can revive. I was wondering if you can revive each other, but you can't. So
I think later in the beta, from what I saw, I'm pretty sure there's some type of shot you can have on your person that you can do like a revive, but I don't remember if they kept it or
Like
not.
a
I don't know if they
self-revive?
Yeah. I don't know if they kept it. I think they took it out.
Interesting.
It's interesting though, like if you're downed and you're trying, you're at the extract, if you're downed, you could still crawl in and dial and send yourself out.
Yeah, that's a new thing. You couldn't do that before.
Right.
Yeah. So
I
that's
thought that was
pretty cool.
interesting.
There were a couple of times I wish I would have gotten video for this, but there were a couple of times that we would, even individually or as a group, go into the same extraction as somebody else. And the minute somebody pushes the button for it to go down, it starts going down and ends it. So you don't have a chance to actually kill each other unless nobody presses the button. And there were times where players were like, it's cool, we'll all go down together and extract. And other times it was like, no, this is my extraction, get out. So you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, we had some good ones last night too.
Oh yeah.
So
we third partied that group that was trying to extract.
Oh, that's right. That's
We
right.
were looting them as we were extracting.
Oh, well, and then I was the only one that got out, and you both ended up still out there. Yep.
Yeah,
I was like, oh
we
shit.
It's
and
like
then
there
we
you
still
go.
managed to extract. We had to run across the whole freaking map.
So Matrix mentioned this on his stream. Him and his buddy. I don't know who his buddy was that he had on comms with him, but they were talking about the game with the 1991 Honda CRXs. One of Matrix's biggest remarks of the game early on when he started that day was that all the assets were the same. Everywhere we went, it's like they were using the same assets for everything. I know I talked to Rax about this, and Rax mentioned there's like 3 different car models. Number one, but I mentioned it as I was thinking about this when Matrix said this, and I said, for me, it looks like a dystopian future. Like basically the world has ended, or the world as we knew it has changed. Something is coming over and take over. We're all living underground and stuff like that. But there's something in science fiction. If you guys are science fiction fans, something about our future in sci-fi stories is always about things being brands going down to like one main brand. So everybody will have the same vehicle. Everybody will have the same house. Everyone had the same products of stuff because
like
Demolition Man.
when
Yes.
Taco Bell won the fast food wars.
Correct.
It depends on where you watch it. It's not always Taco Bell. Sometimes it's Pizza Hut.
Right. There you go. So so that's the idea of this dystopian future that we have gotten from sci-fi films, from just books and stuff, that it comes down to where it's almost like a communist or socialist country or community or earth, whatever, where we only have one type of car, one home. Everyone has the same. So there is no, look, mine's better than yours. You know what I mean? Oh, I got mine in black. That's the only thing that's going to be different. And we see this a lot in movies. And so I think that's where we're starting to see this in these type of futuristic games, even in SCUM. I mean, if you think about it, like I'm surprised, Matrix, that you would say that, or that you guys were saying that, because if you look at SCUM has the same freaking broken down cars in every single town. All their homes are exactly the same. Every kitchen we go into is modeled exactly the same. And so there is no difference there either. I don't think it's a lack of, it's not a laziness on the devs part, but I think in some ways it may be a peek at what they've grown up with sci-fi stories being, or futuristic stories being.
Well, that, and it's like, it's post-apocalyptic, so it's like a snapshot in time. So it's just whatever was prevalent in that time, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I can get, there's only, like Rax said, there's maybe like 3 different types of cars in the game, but same thing-ish with SCUM, same thing with a lot of games. And there's like, full release, there's going to be, 5 maps, and the maps are very, very different.
Honda
Yes,
dealership.
I'm at a Honda dealership. Hey man, don't hate on the
That's
CRX,
what it was.
bro.
Hey
I had a
man,
CRX, it
hey,
was a fun car.
They just gave me a CRV at the rental place for dropping my car off, and I'm telling you, I'm like, why might buy this thing? This is like a 2025 hybrid, so nothing wrong with the Hondas. I'm just saying. Oh, there's a promotion there for Honda.
Maybe Honda paid them.
Yeah.
You know?
Now there was environments though. Like I know that when I was watching Matrix play, one of the places he ended up on was I don't know if there was a water towers or what it was, but there was a lot of these round balls that were structures. And I think it's just like there's certain places, like the water tower had specific construction type buildings, and they were all looking the same because that's what that environment was like. And then if you went to the other, like the depot for something else, that part had similar buildings, whatever, because that's what that area was designated as. So I think it changes based on that, but I get it. I mean, it was just funny, like, to hear him say, wow, these people are lazy. Look at these freaking assets. Listen, this wasn't the game called The Day Before, right? Those were lazy assets. We're not even going to talk about that game anymore. Oh, but we had a good time. When's it coming out? The 30th?
Yeah.
One thing, because Matrix was talking about, he played solo and it was surprisingly not bad. That's one thing I find the game is a little bit rough on, is it's a little rough for solos. Because of the way that it queues and the size of the amount of players on the map. I feel like there's too many players for solo.
Yeah.
Like when you queue solo, it prioritizes matchmaking you with other solos, but you're still going to end up matchmaking with like duos and trios. And there's like 21-ish players, I think. And I feel like that's a bit much if you're solo queuing. Like I think if they drop that down to like 16, 18 players, it would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because it is very rough solo.
Now, there's something I'm going to say that I don't believe I would have ever said, because I am a big believer in third-person shooters because of the fact that first-person shooters, for the most part, give me vertigo. So I've been a predominant player of, is that the right word? Yeah, I think so. Of playing only third-person shooters or third-person games. But there is something with this game, being that it's a PvP game, that I have to get on board with saying the peeking around the corner in third person is a huge cheat. So it is. And especially when it's used against you. So I was sitting in a room hiding because I heard someone walking around, and that's when you and I were playing that first morning, Rex. And I was waiting in the room and like, somebody's coming. And the guy was in the room right before me, and I was hiding out in that room waiting for him to walk through, forgetting that he has third person view to peek around. And sure enough, he busted in shooting at me, knowing exactly where I was, because he could see me before he came in, as opposed to I could not see him because obviously I'm in third person view waiting in the room. So that I do believe is a huge PvP issue with the game, where people that are doing third person peeking is gonna it screws with everyone.
Right.
Wall hacks, nice.
Like I get that, and I get when a lot of hardcore PvP players are like, nope, it's third person, not gonna touch it. Like I get it, but the way they designed this game, I feel like they had to go third person because there's so much emphasis on the environment. There's so much emphasis on the arc. I'm sorry, bro. First person players don't freaking look up. They don't look
It's
up.
true. It's true.
You know, if you don't look up in this game, you're dead.
Yeah, you die.
Like you die quicker than you do a
Well,
guy that's
Call of Duty people do look up because there's always people in the houses. There's people up on top of the buildings.
Not as much as you had to look up in this game.
That's
Like,
true.
You have to constantly have your head on a swivel.
It's true.
Watching for arc. And the way, plus the environment, and there's so much verticality in this game. Like, yeah, you could be, oh, COD has verticality. Yeah, COD has third floor windows. Whoop-de freaking do. This game has verticality that's like, 200 feet in the freaking air you gotta look out for.
It's true.
Yeah, like, oh, there's a guy in the third floor window. Yeah, you can see that in first person. Like, that's whatever.
Or you have the team of Brink, Rax, and I standing in a window over an extraction point shooting people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like 100 feet in the air.
Yep. I think it was more than that.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
high.
Like, get wrecked.
Yeah. So I think overall we did enjoy the game, and we're definitely going to be playing it again. I'll be honest, I haven't ordered it yet, and I'm on the fence because I enjoy when I play with you guys, but I don't think I would enjoy it by myself. So it's almost like if I don't have time to play when you guys play, I don't think I'll be playing it. So that's that's kind of the toss up for me.
It's just one of those games that's better with friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how it was when I played Helldivers. I only ever played Helldivers with my crew of buddies. I played it solo maybe 3 times. But it's just not as fun because I was playing with randoms and I'm trying to VoIP with them and have fun, and like sometimes they were just like not having it, whatever. But yeah, like I'll buy the game, but I'll probably never play it solo.
Right. Guino says a lot of games are like that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of games are more fun with friends, but they're still doable by yourself. Like I'll play Division 2 by myself. I'll play Baldur's Gate by myself. I'll even play SCUM by myself. But when it comes to this, like an extraction game that's PvP, that you definitely have to have additional eyeballs looking around. It kind of just makes sense that you wouldn't play alone. Can you do it? Absolutely. But it's more fun and you get more out of it when you're in a team.
Yeah. Which I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I definitely have more fun playing with y'all, but the solo aspect just makes me get more on my toes when I do play with y'all. So it's kind of like a really legit, it's like a practice in my opinion.
And like, now that I think about it, I'll probably play it solo a fair bit because like you could just pick a free loadout and just go in and mess around.
Yeah, that's what I did. Free loadouts.
Scavenge a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did jump in some solo ones just to test it out, and it's doable, but I definitely wasn't as adventurous as if I would have been with you guys. I was like, oh, gotta be careful. I'm just gonna go to this little spot. Okay, I got something. I gotta leave. It was one of those. All right, I got a couple of things. I'm getting out.
Last night, we were doing the same thing. We were just doing scav runs.
Well, it's funny because we were just like doing scav runs, just chilling out, doing whatever. But then we'd get in these huge PvP fights where we're like, well, crap, we just looted these dudes and we're completely busting full with loot, so we got to go.
Yep.
Excuse me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Dude, that trio we fought last night, bro. Oh my god, it was so funny. They were all stacked on that door like a bunch of psychos.
They got dunked on so hard.
I shot all 3 of them.
Like, what the hell?
I only killed 1 in that first burst because, the Stitcher doesn't have a lot of ammo, but like, I killed 1. The other 2 were just like, oh crap.
Yep. I don't think they knew there was a second one around the corner. I don't think they knew. I honestly don't think they knew I was there around the corner because once they got you, they started rushing in, and then I just started blasting them. They're like, "Oh fuck!"
That's true. I did see that. Oh man,
no idea.
That was so funny.
So, well, that's good. I do have to move on to my last segment. If you guys can stick around for this one, SCUM. So we're gonna talk about
this
SCUM.
letdown.
Here it comes. Quit SCUM for the 14,000th time.
So I SCUM let me down yet again. So that's what I'm gonna say. I need to close this. I don't want to. It's not longer. Now it's SCUM. Okay. For those of you who don't know what SCUM is, some people are like, well, SCUM, what is that? Is that a card game? Yeah. So SCUM is a survival freaking, what the hell is it? Survival shooter game? I guess that's what
it's like a hardcore zombie survival game.
There you go. That's the probably best way to do it. I'm trying to find a SCUM image. Give me a second. SCUM game. Perfect. All images here. This is the one. Open new tab. Okay. So basically, shit, I've been playing this game since 2021, and as the guys have mentioned, I have quit many times. This game was big to me because this is where most of my community came from. I would say 90% to 95% of my community on Discord and even the people that used to hang out in the stream all came from SCUM. And I even got into making a lot of these videos, how-tos, things like that, because there was so many. The thing with this game was early access, and nobody really explained very well how to do settings. And so there were tons of videos. People were like, just do this, do this, do this. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to make a couple of videos. And so I started doing that. And that really is where I started investing more time into SCUM. But I've had a love and hate relationship with this game because while it was in early access, so much had changed. So many things were broken. So many things stopped working the way they used to, that it seemed like the game was going downhill. And for me, once the game was going to 1.0 and the promise of armed NPCs and this new compound and these, it looked like there was going to have an end game, I was like, okay, they're reeling me back in. And so I came back. But I have to say that there was a lot of stuff that was promised or that was alluded to that never happened. And it's not there. There is no end game. And
that's true.
It's basically what we've always been playing. And we've talked about this. It's like we go out, you find loot, you build your base, you collect things, you go to the trader, you sell stuff to get other stuff. And we do PvE, not PvP, because the PvP really, it's not really PvP. It's like Brink said it best the other day. He said, it's whoever shoots first. That's basically the PvP in SCUM. So it's not like you have to have tactics and be like a great PvP player to actually win in SCUM. I'm sorry if anybody's watching this as a PvP player in SCUM and they're feeling offended. No offense, but it is true. Go and play Tarkov, and I know there are some Tarkov people that play SCUM now, and they'll probably tell you Tarkov's a lot more strategic and tactical than SCUM is. I don't think that's a lie.
Yeah, but you could still get one shot in Tarkov.
Oh, I'm sure you can. But it's just SCUM was never meant to be a PvP game. This was added after the fact. But it does have a great deal of PvE stuff. It unfortunately does not have an end game. Now, that's not my main problem with SCUM, because that's something I've always known, and I still, for lack of judgment, of like the knowledge of being aware of this, I still come back and play over and over. But the reason I can't quit you. Why can't I quit you? Damn it, you made me this.
But leave that photo there. Don't even think about bringing that up.
No memes? No memes?
No memes.
So the reason why I feel that I continue to come back to the game is the community, is the way that we play together. And when we play together, it's shenanigans. I blow people up. They hate me for it for a while. I do stupid things. Somebody else gets hurt. I laugh,
I shoot my friend in the foot and he logs off.
I run him over. I mean, when we group play, you don't know what's going to happen. And so that we get a lot of enjoyment from the shenanigans that happen. I'm an old man. I'm using that word, that happen during the gameplay. But what pisses me off is what happened this week or this weekend. And at first I thought it was Guino's fault. Sorry, Guino. I was going to throw you under the bus, but you did not do anything wrong. when it first happened, I see a picture of a blown up airplane. Where's my Discord? This is what I come to this weekend, and I wasn't even at home when I saw this. And Guino's like, "Oops, where is it? Hold on a second, let me find it. Scum."
I know. I was like, WTF?
So Guino posts this picture. I'll put this on the big screen. Brink had gotten this plane about a week ago. and
what the fuck?
So Guido posts this picture of the freaking.
Yeah, Rax doesn't even know about this.
So yes, so basically, we lost the plane, and next to it is Guino's quad on fire also, and we're like, what happened? He's like, oops. So we're thinking, did he just fucking ruin the plane? And it turned out that the plane, there's a server glitch that happens when servers restart, and it has to do with vehicles. When the vehicles are rendered back in, they basically drop in place. And when they drop in place, they move. They move a little bit to the sides.
They scooted into each other.
So they're scooting over.
Yeah.
And so I think Guino tried to fix it, and when he did, there was an explosion. And so that's basically what happened. Now, we were like, oh crap, that really sucks. And then Brink says, hey Nord, your truck must have been parked too close to your wall because it has now fused and merged with the wall. And I'm like, oh, son of a... So luckily, Brink did fix it. Brink got it out safely. He nudged it and
so
it came out.
I took everything out of its inventory, moved it to a safe place, and then I just used the nudge backwards. Because if your vehicle is like merged with an element or merged with like a wall in the environment when you log in after a restart, if you just nudge it backwards or forwards or whatever, like it's fine. But the second you get in that car, like, oh, I'll just get in it and see if I can move it, it'll blow up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just did the nudge backwards and it was fine. Your truck's fine.
I appreciate that. He put it in the front, didn't no longer put it in the garage. So that to me right there is like, what the hell's the point of making a cool garage port if I have to worry about my car blowing up because it's going to merge with the freaking wall? And that pisses me off because this isn't an early access game. This isn't a demo or in development game. This is a 1.0 release that supposedly is done. But yet we still have stupid shit like that happening when the servers restart. That makes absolutely no sense. And so it was like the Pinto meme when the leaf flies into the back of it. Nice.
Yeah. Well, and like I was trying to explain to you in DMs about the multitude of cars.
Yeah.
When you have private servers that change the settings, things only get worse.
Well,
so should that be something that was fixed for 1.0? Probably. Is it something they can fix? Maybe, maybe not. It could be an Unreal Engine thing. It could be a server thing. Who knows? But the fact that like that server in particular has so many cars.
Yeah.
So many cars. It just immediately breaks things.
No, I get that.
There should not be a server out there that has as many cars as this server. It breaks stuff. It just straight up breaks stuff.
Okay, but that's development issue though. That is like if your system. But no, think about this.
No,
if your system can't handle it, don't let people do it.
Issue.
No, right, 100%.
Exactly. Like if the devs put a hard cap on how many you could put in to where you don't break the game,
right?
Then
exactly.
That would be smart.
That is the same thing with puppet spawning. In the past, it was an issue because if you went above a certain number, you would have the server crashing or server issues. But they still allowed you to put in a high number because they never adjusted that. Listen, it's the same thing with the argument of people like, cars should not speed. People should not be allowed to go faster than 70 miles. That's the posted sign, whatever. Well, then why do they make cars that go 120 miles per hour if you don't want them to speed?
Right. Well, it's the whole thing of like, if you want players to break your game, give them the ability to break your game. They'll break it in 10 seconds.
Correct. And so for me, this is where Scum devs should have been like, shit, if you have too many cars, I mean, the game's been in freaking development for like 10 years. If you have too many cars, it's going to cause issues with the server restarts or the server or the rendering or whatever. Then let's cap it and tell them, I'm sorry, this is as many. If you do it beyond this, you're going to have issues. But they don't do that because why? None of the devs have ever received or have never released good documentation about technical server settings ever. And so yeah, bullshit when they're like, oh, this is the new setting and this is what you do. That doesn't explain shit. And them saying that you can put a 0 or 1,000 is not giving you definition of, well, if you go over 500, this may happen. So try to keep it at this range. Nothing. There's something called, and I get really passionate about this, I'm sorry guys, but as a programmer, there's something called a technical document. Whenever you program anything, and I used to do third-party programming for an accounting systems and so forth, and it had to do with changing people's systems to work a different way. And when we did that, we wrote technical documentation that explained everything that we added, every setting, what it did, how it worked, what the variables were, what the default values were, what the freaking, how much you could do and what you shouldn't do, everything. And including doing error capturing. So I don't understand why a company that's getting paid millions of dollars, by the way, they have made millions if you add up all the numbers of freaking subscriptions and whatnot, cannot learn to do documentation. Don't tell me it's a language thing, because it has nothing to do with that. There's Google Translation and there's freaking AI translations too. So that shit pisses me off. And that's why it just feels like this game continues to be broken with stuff that, yes, like Brink says, he's very familiar with Star Citizen workarounds, because that's basically how you live in Star Citizen. But why should, and that game's still in development, but why should I have to find workarounds for a game that supposedly is full release now? That's kind of the way I see it. Allow them to break the game though, then fix it. Yeah, fixing is the problem.
That's the best way to find its limits for sure. I mean, they do that in Star Citizen all the time. They put out broken builds, and people are like finding exploits and ways to break the game within minutes, and then they patch it.
But they patch it.
It's a back and forth.
But they patch it and they fix it.
They also have like over 1,000 devs.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where that's why I'm like, I feel bad because I like the community that we're in, like the new server place we're at. I think it's fun. I don't want to leave it. But I don't feel the motivation to continue playing. Like, I'm like, I guess I have nothing better to do. I'll play. But I just don't see the point if I'm going to have to be thinking of, oh shit, I can lose all this crap and start over again. All right, well, I guess I'm starting over. But it's kind of annoying. It's kind of frustrating to think, like, what is the point of playing if I'm constantly going to have to deal with bugs and shit like that? I don't know. That's just me, though. I don't think people are looking for bugs in Star Citizen. I think they find you. Nice. Evil testers are hardcore bug hunters. I think that Star Citizen has a better group of people testing it, though. And like you said, they have like 1,000 developers or so. It's totally different.
Like the Evo testers that do the Evo builds first before anyone sees it in PTU. You can't get into Evo without posting a ton of bug reports. Like, it's only the top bug reporters that even get invited to Evo.
But that's the other thing. They have PTU. They have for people that don't understand this, they have a sandbox. They have a place where they test out changes. SCUM doesn't have that. SCUM is like, new feature this week, check it out. And then it's like, and then immediately afterwards, hot fix for the new features. I mean, it's kind of like a running joke.
SCUM they run test builds internally with a small group of testers. They always have, but it's too small. It's not indicative of what's going to happen when you push it to the actual game and thousands of people are doing it. There's the concurrency is way off.
Right.
So it's like SCUM does have internal builds and internal testing, but it's just very, very minimal.
I'm a rule breaker.
Hey, in order to break like the song, you need to listen to it.
Oh, I need to listen. All right, hold on. Let me play the song. I'm a rule breaker.
It's a very
hold on, let me find
rock out with your scrappy out song.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
Oh man, I don't know about this. Let me find it. Hold on. All right, so this is an AI song made by Rax. brought to you by Rax. And it's for his stream. Let's see if I can find it. It's right here. Okay. Let's see. I don't know how loud this is going to be.
It's pretty loud. This type of it is.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
I told you it was funny. I love it. That's why I like it. Looting and scooting. Coins click, bodies sink under neon light. Rex keeps moving into endless fight. No pause, no peace, just forward motion. A digital demon, fueled by devotion. Looting and shooting, that's how he plays. Rax the Raider, lost in the blaze. Every shot fired, every scream that fades. He's the king of the
All the grenades right there, Jesus.
wreckage, the master of raids. He's shot in the back of the head.
I like how even when you were crawling, you're still peeking that corner on dude.
Yeah, I was. Like, where is he?
Yeah, you're just straight scoping for us.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
Just pizza.
Yeah, I'm just having something about pizza.
Looting and shooting.
Yep.
Damn, bro. Oh my god, that's I gotta be honest. That's pretty good. That's AI?
Yeah, that's AI with my description and interpretation of gaming. I had to type all that shit in.
Holy crap. Okay, so that was made by a free AI generator called makesong.com /AI music-generator.
What's the one that's supposed to be really good? Is it like Sona?
Sora.
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna do.
Video, Sora is the audio. Okay.
But I found that one and I just started typing in the description. And I'm like, all right, let's see what it comes up with. And I listened and I'm like, yep, that's my intro song from now on. That's my intro and exit. I'm
Oh
keeping
my
this forever.
god. Oh man. Would a public server test server be that hard for SCUM? No, it would not be. I mean, it's not like they can't afford to put it together. I mean, they have Jagex money.
I mean, it's the same. It would be the same way that they do the streamer events, where they have a separate server with a separate build. Everybody that's invited has to download that build and probably into a separate folder, and then they launch into that.
There you go. Then that's how it's done. Anyway, so as far as future for playing SCUM again, I'll still play. Like I told the people at on the server, I said, no, you know, we're not going anywhere. We'll still be around, but I lose motivation to want to play. So that's kind of where I'm at. Arc Raiders, I will probably pull the trigger on ordering it. Even if I don't, I mean, I have so many games that I don't play. So what's the difference of having another one that I won't play as much?
Fair.
Anybody want to play Once Human? No.
God, no. Nope.
Let's see what else. So what do we got going on tomorrow? I don't even know. Are we? Who's working when? Are you back to work? Rex?
2 to 10 every day.
Okay, 2 to 10. Oh, all right. Well, we'll be on in the morning, so maybe if you're around. And then Brink, what's your hours tomorrow?
I'm off today and tomorrow.
Okay, cool. So we can probably play something. So let's figure out what we want to play. We just got to do SCUM, then I'll jump in there too. Or
You just stream it on Discord for me so I can watch y'all.
Definitely.
I mean,
It's my firewall at work as an ass.
we can do Star Citizen.
After the
It's
30th, SCUM won't exist.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel. After the 30th.
SCUM what?
Just be like, what? Wait, who? Who? Yeah, that's how it goes, but that's okay.
Rax is just going to be mainlining Arc Raiders.
I don't have to mainline it. I mean, I've been waiting for it forever, but I'm gonna play that. And if I want to like relax and not get my ass handed to me by robots, I can go fish on my back porch and SCUM.
True. Or you could play Star Citizen.
You know what other game has fishing?
Not Star Citizen.
World of Warcraft.
God no, you are not sucking me back into that soul-sucking game. No.
Ew. It's so cringe.
Dude, I alpha tested that game. I'm not going back to it. Alpha, beta, all that. I did that way back in the day. It's like, no. Mm-mm.
All Under Heaven update for Crusader Kings 3, October 28th. Oh, Guino's going to be busy. What other game has a good fishing mini game in it? Once Human has the best fishing.
No.
Oh, it does. Wait a second.
Easy. It's too easy.
No, let me show you a screenshot. Hold on.
I just don't want to play that stupid game again.
Yes, you do. Usually, I don't
Dude,
know.
there are two good things about that game. The building was kind of fun, and Bear Crew Best Crew. That's it.
Bear Crew, Pest Crew. Where are the screenshots? Hold on. View.
Bear Crew, Best Crew, Star Citizen. Just saying.
I'm telling you, this is just where you should be. Where the freak are where are the screenshots?
Wait till you see these bear heads. I'll send you a picture, Rax.
They're pretty cool. Oh, here it is. Recordings and screenshots. Okay. Games. Once Human. Look at this freaking fish. I'm not joking. Shit, wrong. Here, I'll put this on the big screen. Look at that fish, man. That's a salmon, man. 144.83 centimeters, 2.17 kilograms. That's freaking.
Yeah, that's an unrealistic salmon.
Yeah, but it's still
by far.
It's still it's amazing. Hold on, let me see if I can find another one. How do I go out of this? That's my buildings. I know I had another pig. Oh, Brink. Do you remember the toilets?
What the
I mean, not the toilets, the bathtubs?
That's when I trolled him. I filled his entire base with bathtubs.
Oh my God, man. I was like,
he gave
what
me build permission.
He put bathtubs and chairs everywhere. So bad. Okay, hold on. There was another. I thought I had another fish one.
I forgot about that shit.
Dude, that was hilarious. I remember. Oh, look at this one. Look at this fish, huh? Northern pike.
In your underwear?
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. We got underwear. I mean, I was wearing a bikini and just out fishing, minding my own business. I gotta be honest. I might go back into this game just to fish in my underwear. There's some good fishing in this game. Oh, there's
Bear Crew Best Crew.
Bear Crew Best Crew. I'm telling you, I know you guys are gonna be back in here. I'm gonna start streaming it. Oh my God, look at that! Look at that fish! Woo! See, I know you're gonna be back in here playing. As soon as I start streaming it, you guys are gonna be like, "Damn,
there you go, Rex.
I should play. I should play again."
Those are creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you can wear those in Star Citizen.
Why would you do this to me? Stop it.
Bear Crew Best Crew.
Wait, still me? Wait, where is that? Hold on, I gotta find out.
I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. Discord.
That's in my screenshots. Bear Crew Best Crew.
Oh yeah, here it is. Look at this. I mean, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. These are in Star Citizen. These are the new mask available for Halloween.
They're not new. They've been around for years.
Oh, have they? Okay, I've never seen them.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty cool.
I've had those for a few years now.
Should we do a oh, I guess we're not going to be able to because of Halloween night we'll be playing Star Citizen. Well, not Star Citizen. I mean Arc Raiders.
Well, I'll be trick or treating with Kiddo. It'll be his first Halloween, so I won't be on until later that night.
Well, I work both the 30th and the 31st. I got 8-hour shifts. I'm closing, so I don't get off till 11 my time.
So
Yeah,
I was
got the 30th and 31st off.
I was thinking either a stream about phantasmophobia. What is it? Phasmophobia?
Phasmophobia.
Or mortuary assistance? Or
what's that super scary alien game? Alien Isolation, I think is what it's called. You should do that one.
I have that one.
Where if you hear the breathing, they actually attack you.
Wait, I have Alien Isolation.
Like if you talk, they'll attack you. Yeah, hell no. I wouldn't be able to say shit. I have to duct tape my mouth during the whole game.
Is that Alien Isolation? I do have that. Oh hell no.
It's first person though.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't know what the hell to do.
Is it Phasma first person only?
I think so. The only other one would be I could do a VR of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, God.
FNAF. My son plays that.
Mortuary Assistant is very scary. Yeah. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I've seen Mortuary Assistant. That shit would freak me the fuck out.
Brink.
I'm a horror buff, but holy crap, dude.
Everyone knows I don't do scary, so here's Nord trying to freak me out.
That's right.
I mean, the scariest thing I do is play with Nord, so.
That is pretty scary. There you go,
Yeah.
Brink. Watch the screen.
Ew. Ew.
Yes.
Why?
This game is pretty fucking weird.
Ew. Like, just, why would anyone find this entertaining?
Oh.
Y'all, what? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just wait.
Ew.
Just wait.
Oh, what the?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell no. No.
Oh.
We ain't doing the Grudge. No. What? No. What? What the?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would want the assistant at that mortuary ever.
Here's your first person view.
What's this?
That's the same one. It's just a different video.
Game. Oh, gotcha. Just no. Just no. No, don't rotate that.
What? Oh
What?
Oh.
Ew.
Oh, she cute though.
No.
Wait, she cute. Let's go back to that one.
Ew.
She cute though.
Dead chick.
She cute. I'm just saying.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
That is a dead ass body.
Yeah,
Nobody knows she not really dead. She's acting. Mm-hmm.
Even my dog got up and left. He was like, "Nope."
Mm-hmm. There you go, Brink. Don't worry, I'll send it to you.
It's gonna delete it immediately.
No. It's just stupid.
I mean, look at the creeper dude just standing there in the corner like a gargoyle.
Why would anyone find
cookies?
Is that Guino? Is that the Loot Gremlin?
Oh my god. Oh
no.
Oh man. Yeah, this is totally Brink's kind of game.
No. No.
Brink, I am here. I am here.
I am not going to be there. No.
We walk around with a salt gun the whole time.
Hard pass.
Oh man, this is too funny. Well, we tried. I'll be honest though, I don't think I'd be able to play that myself. I'd be like, oh, this is scary. Oh shit, no, I'm
you'd lose your shit within an hour.
I would. All of us playing
I gotta go
Stardew
get ready
Valley.
for work, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready. Thanks for hanging out, Brax. I'll see you later.
Yep. Later.
All right, Brig. Fun times, man. Don't worry, we'll find you a scary game to play.
No, you won't.
What about if it's a space scary game?
No, that's even worse.
What is that one called? The Callisto Protocol?
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
You're gonna have to
Dead
try
Space,
Dead
hard
Space.
pass.
Ooh.
Hard pass.
Ooh, have to find one. All of us playing Stardew Valley would be scary for Hyde.
I hate that so much science fiction is combined with horror.
It is,
because I
yeah,
love
that
science
is
fiction,
sad.
And I hate it.
Sci-fi horror movies.
The scariest movie of all time that still freaks me out to this day. If I even see the poster for it, was a sci-fi horror.
Which one?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, damn it. Osiris? Was that a movie?
Okay, that movie just looks like kind of like the Rock Doom movie.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
not,
it's not
doesn't
that
look
scary.
Pandorum was not scary.
Prometheus was a good movie, though.
Prometheus is not scary. Well,
These are not scary. These aren't scary. None of these are scary.
Cloverfield is not scary.
Event Horizon, maybe.
Oh god, I hate that movie so much.
Oh, and that means it's time to
bad.
go. Okay, dog's barking.
Event Horizon was bad.
Well, I'll have to find something good to watch. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for hanging out, Brink.
Okay, bye.
I'll talk to you later. Let me get you out of here on Discord. Yeah, I feel like that there's a SNL character from a long time ago, and whenever he would bring on guests and he would ask them questions and they would start telling the story, and he goes, "Your story has become tiresome. It's now time to say goodbye." Sort of like, thanks for hanging out, Brink. You have to go now. Bye. Just kidding. No, it's time for all of us to go. Thanks for hanging out, Rex and Brink, for being on and talking about Arc Raiders and sharing your thoughts on that. As always, I appreciate my Wolfpack crew that's always here. That includes, but not limited to, Hyde and to Guino, and well as Matrix got to stop by as well, so I appreciate that. And Fat Cat was even in the room saying hello. So thanks for stopping in for a coffee chat. Haven't done these in a while. I think we did good. I think we have some good information there. 2.5 hours of it. So you guys have a great day. Enjoy your Monday. I am off to go pick up the vehicle that is supposedly fixed already. And I am going to stop at a card shop that I found nearby, a trading card game shop. And so I'm going to check it out. I think it's called the Collector Realm or something like that. I heard it somewhere, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes or something away. I don't know, somewhere around here. So I'm going to go try to find it, maybe buy a couple of packs of cards and see what I can open. And that's about it. By the way, if you are a Lorcana fan, for Disney Lorcana freaking cards, there's a new set coming out in November. You can pre-order now on Amazon. It's called something the wishing something. Wishing well, kiss and tell. I don't know what it's called. There's a new one coming out. Check it out. So we'll talk about that later. Do it on the stream about that. Nord stops at card shop. Next stream at card convention. I know, you never know. That's what I told my wife. There's one October 9th or 8th here in Orlando, I believe it is. And I wanted to go to it, but my nephew's having his birthday dinner that day. And I'm thinking to myself, is it a milestone birthday? Do I really have to be there? So there's that. Anyhow, you guys take care of yourself. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. I'll probably be on tomorrow, if not Wednesday, but I believe I will be here tomorrow. It might be a working stream, so we'll work, we'll talk, and do that thing, and then maybe we'll play games. It depends how much I get done today. So until next time, take care of yourselves. Thanks for hanging out. I'm out. Peace.